Hey, folks, nice big. I got this 32-inch screen in front of me here, so it's pretty cool, very convenient. Doing a lot of genealogy. I'm following my adoptive line right now. Last night, yesterday, today, having so much fun with what's called Grok AI, Elon Musk's artificial intelligence program, and I'm using it to do little graphics, like if somebody moves from England to America, say you can put a boat and, England, America, put it out there. And it looks great, if a little boy dies, I have a thing called the UK boy death or English boy death, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. I got people in all of them through a combination of my own DNA and my own adoptive heritage. So having a lot of fun with it. And the AI is next level stuff. It is unbelievably good. I better get the chat going, look and see what's going on here. Scoozy is the first one in. My own, much, much better half. But, oh, really? Other kids are in? All right. Well, I can't see anybody yet. Their comments haven't popped up yet because I've just gone live now. There's a delay. Here we go. Oaken Shields here. Yvonne. Here comes Rachel, the Beatles and the sun. Here comes the sun. Hi, Rachel San. You look great. I am. We're going to give you a wrench. Yeah, I'm, what do you call it? What do the young people call it? I'm losing weight. I'm fasting today. I do a fast once a week. So I'm 214 pounds, down from a high of 309 pounds. Good Lord, help us out. But I want to talk a little bit about the anthology release. It's just come out. I'm a sucker. I'll buy it. Breach is in. This is Martin McGrath. He's a bit of a character. Nick Fantasy. It's all part of my rock and roll fantasy. The Papa Bear's in. Papa, we love Papa Bear. How you doing, Bear? I'm one of us, Frank. We love Frank. Frank, welcome aboard. The old show's still humming along. We're doing okay here. And, it's not quite because I'm not here every day, the hectic pace that it once was. But, it is what it is. The Beatles' good name is being exploited for greed. Sure, is it, quote, the dreaded cash grab, Okay, Rod ready, yeah. Elon Musk is doing some fantastic things. And Davey Strange Name Legend is up to number 6, Top of the Pops. Wow, Top of the Pops. So much Beatles stuff this weekend. Well, yeah, I think the best part of all this isn't the music, which in large measure we've already had before. We've already got everything. If you're a Beatles fan and you've been collecting the boxes, the White Album, the Esher demos, if you've got that, then you're going to get it. You are as funny and personable as ever. Well, there is a gift. We got a gift. I rock it. I feel a bit like Tootsie, transgender, trans woman of color here. I'm so big on this screen. It's like close up, not that close. Rach, watch the Beatles chats. The name Sean Ono is mentioned more than Brian and George Martin. Why is that? Is he the fifth Beatle? Well, Sean Ono's the, it's kind of the John Lennon estate has fallen into his hands. So he becomes essentially, by extension, John Lennon, doesn't he? And Yoko's elderly. I hear that she may be having some dementia issues, as, some people do as they get older. I see the Beatles Cosmos has called me to be here. Mousy, absolutely. Let's talk this Beatles. I'm underwhelmed in the extreme. I think the real showpiece, before I go on, I'll just say my bit, and then we're going to let our guests talk about it. Number one, they're asking way too much money. Do you know they want $249 for 4 CDs in Canada? Something like that, like 210 and change. It's too much money for a CD. Stop it. Just stop it. If you just want to get a 2 CD, $50, 49 and change on Amazon. These prices are all confirmed. Adding, subtracting songs from the Red and Blue albums is shameful. Yeah, I don't like the song order because the way the original Red and Blues worked was so beautiful. It took you on a journey from point A, to Z or Z if you're in England. Canada too, I guess, because some Canadians do that. But anyway, let's not leave Mazzy hanging. So I think the movie part, the refurbished, the Peter Jacksoning of the original anthology film is a great idea. Still want to see the complete Beatles narrated by Malcolm McDowell back into print. The Beatles has shelved that for whatever reason. I have no idea. It's a beautifully done. It's more compact, so it's punchier, pithier. Okay, Marcos, I just got Anthology 4, the 4 LP. So that's the other thing that we're going to look at. How many people are actually buying this thing, right? Rach, that's almost another person. Good luck with it. We prefer having you right. Yeah, I would. Nothing lasts forever, man. You do genealogy and you see you've outlived so many people already, which is crazy. Give us great releases like Get Back, not that mess, Real Love 2025. Yeah. Congrats on the weight loss, Rach. Incredible. Yeah, we're doing good at it. Life is good. Speaking of slim and trim, good looking guys, here he is. My buddy, your buddy. Boom. You're too big. Let's make it small.
Whoa. Well, four CDs is $110 in America, that 4 CD set.
Yeah.
So that is not the price difference is weird, and I don't know why that's always. I don't know why Canada's get.
Canada, our dollar's weak for one thing. We're We're a bunch of commies up here.
It's expensive. Physical is expensive. How do you compete with free? And streaming is free. I don't care what any of the fuck people say.
Yeah, true.
When you're paying $15, $12 a month for millions and millions and millions of songs, it's free. And so back in the 70s, the only ticket was cassettes and vinyl. If you wanted to have records, you'd have radio. That was it. Now, most people don't buy physical product. End of story.
Yeah. No, you're so right about that.
And I'm not saying, and this is the record business.
No, but you're so right, man. I mean, when it comes to differential, and especially with this release, because we got the way it used to be. I'm so glad you brought it in. I'm really glad.
Well, this is a visual medium.
I'm the first to admit it's an attractive box. It looks great, right? But is it 200 and change? Great. How much is the 4 LP box in US?
Well, it retails for $375. It's a lot of money. It's 12 LPs. 12 LPs. I'm not going to defend the price here. That's not what, wait a while. It'll probably be cheaper. I'm not defending the price. On a little side note, and I don't know if we can come back to this. We can talk about it or not later.
We can.
And just for people out there in the world, I was allowed a preview of the Rachel Ghost documentary.
Yeah. Now, and I'll just do a heads up on that. Greg has instructed all of us, as you've no doubt been instructed to, that he wants us not really to discuss. Like,
fair enough. I just want to say, I saw it, I liked it, and when we can talk about it, I'd love to talk about it.
I want to talk about it too, because I think it's really good and it's funny. And you guys,
it's touching. It's funny.
You're good. Your moment is quite powerful, Rob. You did fantastic. And
I will take issue with one comment, and I'm sure he's watching. If not, he'll see a repro or one of his.
Can't you refresh yourself? Can't we save it?
One of his minions will go tell him when Jason Rojas says, "I don't know anything about records." I think that's the biggest laugh.
Wait. Where is this coming from? I came in.
So Rob, what? I don't know if you've seen it, but Greg, he was telling me everybody that was involved in it. So you should have gotten a copy of it.
A link to view
a link to it.
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Yeah, it's all I can tell you. It's very good. Greg wants to do some public showings, recoup some of his stuff at a very modest, he's thinking like $6. USD.
People should rent it when it's available. Please rent it. It's worth it. I would have paid. I would have paid for it.
Rachel, am I gonna have to legally change my name?
No, Rob, you come off great, man. You come off great.
You actually are good at it, Rob.
Everybody comes off great.
Now, question.
Yeah.
Oh, not question, more of a statement where someone can run and tell. Fuck Jason Rojas. He's just a fucking idiot.
All right, powerful comment coming in.
But here's the deal. What percentage of people say Mazzy doesn't know what he's talking about?
I mean, I know different things, but I know a lot.
There even a group of people in the ass. Yeah, I can definitely say that.
And I'm sure I don't know a lot about Rare Records, the ones he's into. I don't know.
I mean, question. Is the universe of music going to Jason Rojas when they don't know anything?
Yeah, Susie, we're not talking about the documentary. We're talking about
people. Seriously, is Jason Rojas quoted in any books, anything for his great knowledge of music? Are people going to him as a talking head to speak on anything? No.
All I can tell you is I like it. Greg did an outstanding job. It's not my film. It's Greg's film. His vision, how he wanted to present it. I bow. I take a step back. I'm just like you and Rob Maz. Just another character in the drama. That Greg created. It's.
I'm not going to talk about the film.
It's genuinely funny. It is a funny.
It is, and there's some. It pulls on the heartstring a little bit. And it also frustrates the hell out of liberals and
Rachel, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I don't want to cry.
Well, Rob, hold on. There's a beautiful moment where where our tongues actually touch.
There's that scene in the bedroom, right? And it's a silhouette behind this curtain, and Rob and Rachel are standing there. She drops her pants, and there's a silhouette of no cock.
Wait, hold on. When Mazzy's saying this, is he wearing pants right now, Rachel?
No, I was kind of doing wet up here. I was doing a crying game analogy. That's what that was.
Okay.
Holy smokes, we're pleased to have Elliot Mintz up here with us. Elliot Mintz has joined us. I like Elliot's quote where he talks about Lennon. He'd have a brandy and he'd be charming and tell a tale or two. Then he'd have another one, and he'd get a little more of an edge to it. And then by the third brandy, he'd start to snarl. Lennon, like, oh my God, talk about a mean drunk. But that's the way it goes. Hey, Maz, Rob, Rob less so, Mazzy more so. Did you catch the video? Somebody did a thing, said they hated each other. John and Yoko hated each other, according to this guy's analysis. And I'm thinking this has got to be clickbait. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's totally clickbait. That's ridiculous.
But wait,
do couples have moments?
Yeah, they fight. They fight.
Yeah. I mean, they were separate for what,
a long
18 months?
Time. Yeah, a long time. Skipped Anthology LPs for now. Looking forward to Neil Young. Tonight's the night. Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, I just love Neil on that.
Let me go back to the Anthology for a second here.
All right, let's do it.
I didn't buy the CDs yet, but someone came over and we played this the fourth CD, and I have the vinyl, and I listened to it first overnight on release date on Apple Music. I bought my copy locally. So here's my take. I will say the vinyl is far better audio-wise in terms of dynamic than the compact disc and the Apple streaming. So if that doesn't matter to you, the CDs are fine. But I'm just saying, depending on your setup, on my setup,
here's
the vinyl sounded better.
Here's the bigger question from me.
Go.
How do the new, so to speak, new songs sound?
Well, if you watched my video, you'd know, but that's okay because you didn't watch my video.
I have enough of you. I don't need 24 hours, Maz.
7,000 people watched it overnight. Okay. Now, I'll tell you that. First of all, that's my least interesting part of these anthologies, the Free as a Bird, the Real Love. I will say, The AR, I'm not, it's not AI, it's MAL, which is, it is a thing like that, but it doesn't add any instruments or singers or music. It extracts the vocals and cleans it up, theoretically, whatever you want to do with it. I think Free as a Bird, the new one, works well, but I like the edgy, lo-fi sound of John's voice on the original, because John always liked to fuck up his voice. You know, I'm the walrus, all that kind of stuff. So I don't think the new one really improves it that much. It's a little better. Real Love, on the other hand, I don't like it as much. His vocals are cleaner. It's a great polished song. Apparently, Sean submitted another tape, so there's two different versions they mixed together, and there's different lyrics on some of it a little bit.
Okay.
And and they mixed down George's lead guitar.
Oh, wait. Is the newer version where he says "free as a turd"?
No, I'm talking about Real Love now. But people's heads are exploding about. But I don't really care about the extra songs. And then, but I like on side. Okay, on the first, if you buy the whole set, you get the 30-year-old mixes of those two songs. So they're still there. They're not.
There's a little. Isn't this a little morbid? The whole thing. It's like hanging around the carcass of a horse that's been, decomposing in the desert, and we're a bunch of vultures kind of picking it over. Is there anything worth picking?
That is fair. That's a fair thing. But I look at it like, especially in the internet days now, where people make records online and they have a guitar player in the UK, they have a drummer in Germany, they have and they make a record that way. So essentially, this is how that record was made. People in different places. Obviously, in this case, it's different times. I think as a record, as a listening experience, Volume 4, right? The difference with Volume 4 and 1, 2, and 3, Volume 4 covers their entire 8 years of recording, whereas 1, 2, 3, 4, it takes
it was structured to take you on a journey.
I mean, in a perfect world, I wish they remixed it all together to put it all in chronological order, but then people would have been pissed off to buy the whole thing again. Okay, this way you buy 4. I think Volume 4 is a great listen, and I love how it sounds and the choices. And yes, some of the songs are on the outtake albums, but most people I know don't even listen to those fucking outtake albums. So if you don't have any of those too, Volume 4 is a really nice listen. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you cannot fault the Beatles for being unable to deliver nice music, even in the crafting process of the music. It's good. I have no qualms about that. It's just, wow, been there, seen it, done it, and people were really wanted Rubber Soul, right? Everybody wants Rubber Soul.
That'll come.
Hey, can I change the Beatles subject a little bit?
Yes, Rob, you may.
Okay, so did anyone watch the Rick Beato interview with that
Ken Scott
dude?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, Beato, who did he have on?
Ken Scott, the producer.
Oh, Ken Scott, Beatles. And you know what?
Beatles, David Bowie.
Wait. Can I get my...
He produced the first Dada record.
He produced Dada, yeah.
Can I just say, I saw a snippet where he said, before the White Album, the Beatles meant those records to be mono. That's the way they want it.
Yeah, well,
we know that. Rob, I know you're...
Old news, Rob. Get in line. You sound like you're Dr. Robert commenting on a thread.
This is...
No, hold on. I didn't say plus, Mazzy.
This is such an ingenue type question.
Where are you going so early? Where are you going so early in the morning, Rob?
Matt, there's no mystery to me, Mazzy. Where the fuck do you think
I'm going? Is there a record show this early?
Listen, he's on the Orange County record show.
Yeah, it's the last one of the year.
This is a spoiler. The way Rob is acting right now is exactly how he acts.
Don't spoil the movie.
It's exactly how he acts in the documentary.
But it's going to be a tall order for Greg to keep everything on the DL.
Yeah, when the Raging Tomato and Rob go at it.
Oh,
well, hold on. Rachel, can I give away the big twist? I'm going to give away the big twist of the movie.
Okay, Rob, go ahead, buddy.
I see dead people.
He sees dead people in the movie.
Rachel, I don't know who they interviewed, but aside from Harry deciding he didn't want to be in it, was anyone else who they interviewed not included?
I don't know if there's anybody else that they interviewed.
Actually, there's a list of 5 people I know of that were not included, that were shot.
Oh, that'll
be in the
How do you know you haven't seen it?
I know, but he knows behind the scenes story.
Mazzy, go with the fucking joke, dude.
Anyway, everybody comes off really well.
No.
It's
he had to cut F. Lee Buckley out of the film.
F. Lee Buckley was going to make an appearance.
Yes, OJ.
Hey, Window, I love complaining. Believe me, but it's easier to point to someone else. Like Rob complains about me complaining. I complain about him complaining. We all complain about Rachel complaining, and Sue never complains.
No, Sue's great.
If you get Sue alone, she won't shut up. She'll complain all day.
Yeah, she's a Cheryl. Okay, I Am the Walrus instrumental anthology 4 persuaded me. George Martin deserved co-writing credit. Lennon Martin, like yesterday, McCartney. Martin Giles will secretly resent this. This is 4D loves this. What do you call it? The Oedipus problems that he suffers with.
I will say I understand that stream of thought, 4D, but composers orchestrate music all the time for pop records, and then it never ends. It's like session musicians. A session musician, like the beginning of The Beat Goes On with the Carol Kay bass from the Wrecking Crew, I bet you she came up with that, or somebody came up with that wasn't the songwriter and the artist. So things like that, you could, if you go down the line, you're hiring session musicians for a specific thing and orchestration. George Martin, yes, but as a producer, in theory, of course, at that point, had he left Abbey Road then? Because once he left Abbey Road, he got a cut. When he worked in-house at Abbey Road for EMI, he was a staff producer, didn't get a percentage. So, when you work for a company, you can't get points. But when you're a freelancer, a producer can get points. So that is a good comment, but I understand the argument against it too.
Yeah, it's nice to have. I'm a Beatles fan, so I'll get it in one form or the other. With the price point that it is, I've got it already now because I've got Qobuz, so I can do the digital. I can source anything. There's no music in there that I won't have heard. Well, I've heard it at the very best presentation level it can be presented at. Obviously, based on what Massey's saying, not at all. There goes the boss. We love her. So,
well, I haven't. Qobuz is a high res thing. That could be better. I heard Apple Music's pretty good, but I also listen.
Wait. They don't on Apple Music. Do they have it in their high res version?
I think so. But my guess is like Tidal and Qobuz are more. Sean, more than.
Okay, challenge for Norman. Maz, why do you mention Sean Ono more than Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones, I assume, and George Martin?
Brian Epstein? It depends.
Oh, Epstein. More than Epstein.
It depends wait a second. I don't know what in context. If you're talking about my anthology review, I mentioned Sean only that he gave a tape of Real Love. I think that's the only time I mentioned Sean.
It's about the music.
I mentioned George Martin with all the instrumentals in my video. And I'm one that likes all his instrumentals. I did suggest it'd be great to do a separate disc of all those.
Don't cry. I know this Beatles can be quite emotive.
But to me,
why doesn't Mazzy talk about Ringo?
Brian Epstein is really not a part of the music discussion.
He's the manager, man.
Yeah.
He's just
like if you're talking about Led Zeppelin, do you always bring up Peter Grant? Not always.
Yeah, and plus Mazzy has issues with the name Epstein.
Release the files.
But here's the deal. Sean is the de facto inheritor of all things John. Yoko is like it used to be. Hey, love from John and Yoko, Sean and Yoko doing the thing, and she's taken a back step, and now you're getting more Sean Ono by himself, right? Is that right?
Well, what's interesting is, what I kind of like that even though maybe John and Paul had more pressure since the breakup, it has to be 4 votes. Basically, every of the 4 members get a vote. If someone vetoes it, it won't
Correct.
happen.
Yeah.
So now some will argue 30 years ago, George hated Now and Then. That's why it wasn't put out. It was a 3rd single. He thought it wasn't working. But now the estate changed their mind. Now 30 years different, technology has changed so they can extract things and make it. Now I'm not a huge fan of Then and Now and Then, whatever it's called. But it was voted on with the estates today, and they decided.
Yeah, but it wasn't George voting. It was
no, but he's dead, and it's not John voting either. So
well,
it wasn't John
Eric
voting 30 years ago.
Eric
he
Schultz,
never
good
voted
morning,
at all.
Rachel and Massey. Please tell Rob I said good morning. I hope he's not reading his screen while driving. I don't believe he is.
Who's wishing me a good morning?
Wow. Okay,
Eric
guys, this is incredible.
Oh.
Martin, you got to pull down your screen if you want to be on here. You got to pull down the blind on yourself. I can't let you on in avatar mode. You got to be a real boy. Okay. So that's the deal. That's how we roll here. I don't like avatars. I like real people with real emotions having real human talk.
Hey, Rachel, I'm going to step out for a
join
second.
in the discussion of Beatles with us. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm going to step out for a second, but I'll probably come back.
All right, we want you to come back, Rob. We love you. This is the Wax, and Rob, boy, I think they should. Well, I just can't talk about it, but he's so good. Okay, we'll just leave it.
Or
at
is
that.
he
I'm
so
good
bad?
at what
He's good. No,
What?
the thing is, you're good. The movie we're talking, the movie that we're not allowed to talk about. Gil, welcome aboard.
I did almost shed a tear at one moment when I saw Susie on screen.
Okay, shush.
Okay. No,
Well, that just made the emotion. I didn't say what happened. I didn't say when you dressed up as Mazzy.
yeah, well, she did a Mazzy impersonation.
You
It's quite
guys
good.
are big blabbermouths. That's all. I
No,
have to say.
it's all good. We're
No,
doing
you
good
are.
by Greg. We're doing good by Greg.
Sue,
But I
Sue,
understand.
I don't think I signed
get
an
where Matthew's
NDA.
coming from.
I don't think I signed an NDA. I did sign a release.
Yeah, I'm telling you one thing. It's good. That's all I can tell you. It's good and it's fucking funny. Oh, these coffees are good. Boy, oh boy. You know, Maz, I don't have sugar in my, I'm a sugar bear. I love sugar.
You don't need sugar in coffee. If coffee is good, you don't need sugar.
I know, but I have anyway. Here's the deal with me. I've got glycine, it's called. And it's an amino acid. And so it's been really helpful. Folks, if you're struggling to lose weight, this isn't a sponsor or anything. But get glycine. It's if you're addicted to sugar, you want that sweetness. Get glycine. All the benefits, none of the drawbacks to sugar. Go ahead.
30 years ago, my friend Larry, my drummer who died, was working at this gift shop, and we were talking about something. He said, "Did you know that the average person eats something like 300 or 400 pounds of sugar a year?" And I swear to God, that day it made me sick, and I stopped putting sugar in my coffee.
Yeah.
Now, if someone puts sugar in by mistake, I can't drink it. So I bet you if you go like your diet, go cold turkey and not have any kind of sweetener, you'll appreciate the coffee more because you're tasting this sweetness, this sugary taste, and not the coffee. Yeah. You don't need it.
Okay. But this is part of the problem. People talk about it's the same problem they ran into with the Red and Blue album. I agree. Anthology 4 songs should have been added to the whole thing so that it could all have been in chronological order, buried in with the other tracks and moved along. It's good to have it separate just to hear the new tracks.
Yeah, I agree, Eric, in terms of incorporating it. But as you know, everyone's they were pissed off initially about having to buy the entire set. If that had happened and there was no separate release, they would have been pissed off that they have to buy the whole set again. So you can't make...
Here's the other thing that happens. I don't like it when because they're trying to remarket the original album's been out for years. You can still get it in the slots, go hunt down a good used copy. But when they release stuff and then throw extra songs on top of albums, particularly with one of my favorite bands of all time, my number 2 band, Yes, when you listen to Yes, you listen Close to the Edge, it ends. It has a beginning and it has a beautiful conclusion. And the same thing happens with Starship Trooper and the Yes album. Okay, they add like I Am a Camera and America, the Simon Garfunkel number. Let's take a look at the box. I want to thank a big shout out to Beetle Babe, who for my Patreon, so we do have a Patreon. She showed us the CD box. This is my first look at the full album set. So here we go, kids.
I want to talk about a few tracks now. Some of them are new here, some of them are from others, but the ones that stood out to me, one of my favorites is George Harrison singing I Need You. It's just him and acoustic guitar. There's no back out vocals. Also, there's a drum. Ringo's tight drumming to me stands out on this. Remember, this is before click tracks, and it's amazing how on time Ringo was.
Yeah,
Also, I love the version here of Baby You're a Rich Man with that great deep bass, the guitars. John kind of goes crazy at the end with his vocals. There's cool little talk back moments in the studio before a few stops and starts. I really like Ringo singing Good Night with John in the background. They do combine two versions, but it doesn't have all the schmaltzy orchestration or the female big voices and stuff. And it's really, I kind of like that song a lot. I know some people think it's schmaltzy as hell, but I think it was a perfect ending to the White Album. So I like that a lot. Paul really rocks. It opens up with I Saw Her Standing There, and it's great. Nowhere Man, different guitar stuff on Nowhere Man. I mean, it's a good listen. I mean, that's as simple as that. And you want an album to flow and listen. And I tell you, I kind of like getting this whole period of 8 years or 7 years in one flow. And it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, the way they originally conceived of it, because it went with the film at that time, a VHS series, 1995. And then also, you know, it was just the three, but it covered the story from beginning to end. Of course, the release of the book. Here's our story, basically. There was a book put up by Hunter Davies, Hunter S. Davies, Hunter Dave. No, it's Hunter Davies. Trust me. And it's a Beatles thing. And Hunter Davies did the official biography of the Beatles. Massey's got
the first one, yeah. What, 1968?
I have a hardback copy of that.
Yeah.
That was the official story. That
was the first one. That was the first bio.
Yeah, other than A Cellar Full of Boys.
Goys.
Yeah, Goys. And so the thing is that this was 1995. Even though John had gone by then, it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, how many years John Lennon has been gone. 1980 is
45 years.
Age.
45 years.
Yeah, it's frightening, right?
Right.
It's like, you know, Claire, get the paddles out. Claire. Some of the rejected takes are obvious because John gets
of course. Yeah. You know, the Beatles are never going to be like, if you're someone who's not into outtakes, this is not for you. If you don't care about alternate version. The Beatles don't have a lot of development like Dylan. Like Dylan, all the bootleg series, he'll do 5 versions of a song, and each one's great on its own, and it's fully realized. It's just different. Sometimes different lyrics, sometimes different arrangements. Dylan's stuff's amazing. It's amazing how much content Dylan does.
Good Night has never been a favorite. It's the weakest song on the whole thing for me. I prefer Revolution Number 9 to Good Night. John Lennon's song, handed off to Ringo. It's a nice little way to good night, you know.
I think that orchestration. I think that over-the-top orchestration makes it on the White Album because it is schmaltzy. It is over the top. It is theatrical. It is like Snow White and Disney, and you know, it's like that old Wendy Let Me In and all that stuff. I just think it works on a conceptual level too, personally.
So at the end of the day, bottom line on this, I'm glad we have it, but do we need it? And was this what we really wanted?
Which one is he referring to?
Anthology, the new one, the reissue of it. Because keep in mind, these were, especially when you're dealing in the 1, 2, and 3, they're reworkings of demos and outtakes and stuff that was never meant for prime time anyway. I've got a great jazz, it's not jazz, actually classical music collection. Glenn Gould Canadian pianist, the Goldberg Variations. And he was such a perfectionist that pundits in the classical world go, would Glenn Gould have ever wanted this thing to ever see the light of day had he been alive? Because he, everything worked towards the final presentation, the final product. That was his focus. So the working stage should go through it. It's throwaway stuff.
But
and,
okay, let's do the analogy. Since DVDs, Rachel, since DVDs came out and Blu-rays, I'm not one that actually, sometimes I'll watch one, where they have like the disc of outtakes and making of and behind the scenes and green screen and all the, all these movies that we love, whether it's Star Wars or 2001, then we hear the making of. And sometimes it's kind of nice not seeing behind the curtain. So I see both sides of it. I rarely watch the making of really big movies I like, all the secrets and the outtakes in a film. A director really just wants it to. Stanley Kubrick, do you think he wants people to see the little miniature, whatever it was, effects at the time?
Who did we watch? And the background on the making of it was so good. I love. The Hollywood original monster movies, Universal Monsters. I bought a box set of them, and the special features in that set. I got the 4K, kids. Are top tier, really entertaining. Gives you a good look at what early Hollywood was up to with all this stuff. Very interesting indeed. Maz, do you have your? This is a good question because I think I know the answer even to this day. Go ahead, Maz.
No.
Yeah.
when the archivist,
he would have done first, but he's got everything practically.
There's a story there. During the beginning of the pandemic, the archivist was visiting me, and then, of course, the pandemic happened. She ended up living here for 3+ years, and she's literally an archivist. And she says, you really ought to discog your record. So she goes, I'll help you. So we get started. We bring up one bin of records, the first cube of the Beatles, and literally after 2 hours of trying to figure out, how many fucking versions of Beatle record? We said, fuck this. I put it back, and I started rock. Now I'm all the way in rock to R, and I haven't done it in a year. I need to do it again. Haven't done my Beatles. All my jazz are in. All my soul is in. Everything else is in, but into rock, and I have to do the Beatles. Beatles is hard because there's so many pressings.
Yeah, well, you gotta knuckle down and get her done. Mazzy convinced me to buy Volume 4. Hang on, Rob. Mazzy convinced me to buy Volume 4. I don't have any of the anthology. Been buying the remix box set. So I figured Volume 4 would be enough for me. I heard the songs on streaming. I like it.
Hey, Rachel's reading it. Let her finish at least.
There's a delay probably for the point.
Did you watch the movie, Mazzy? That's not my job.
Okay.
He's coming in very queerly when he does come in at all.
Yeah, you're breaking up there, Rob. Okay, I am so excited about this movie. Okay. Today, I'm meeting a friend.
Yeah.
And we're going to see it. It possibly will be the new Citizen Kane.
What?
We're going to see Sisu 2.
I saw it already.
Sisu, the Finnish vigilante.
I saw the Sisu 2 already.
Where'd you watch it? Did you go to the movies?
I saw it. What? You don't worry
about it. Bootleg it. I'm going to see it in a theater with an audience.
He's in Hollywood. He knows people, okay?
I do have a conclusion about it, so I saw it.
Okay, we'll talk later, like next week on your show.
Don't ruin that movie. You've already ruined Greg's movie.
Rachel, there's dead people at the end of it.
Holy crap.
Is there a chase scene in Rachel's movie?
Yeah. Yes.
Big thanks to all the complainers, negative reviewers, and Anthology 4 criticized Apple for not releasing 4 separately. Apple did react to that. Negativity can work. Yeah, I mean, they were going to. This is a high risk. This is a high risk move for Apple, I think, Maz. What do you think? Anthology 4 a bit risky for them. I think it is.
Someone commented they thought, they were going to do this all along, wanted people to buy the box first. I don't quite get that. I don't subscribe to that. I think you're right. I think they got all the pressure and felt it. And remember, 3 months before it came out, they, 3 months before it came out, they make the announcement. So It took a few weeks, and all of a sudden they said, okay, we're going to do volume 4. Now, an optimal turnaround time at the pressing plant is like 8 to 12 weeks to press an album and test pressings. But they're already in the pipeline, and they're the Beatles and they're Universal. So all they have to do is add another X amount of copies of volume 4 and release it separately. So of course they could have made the decision and still had it out on time. It wasn't, they didn't necessarily do it. So, you know, yeah, I think it's a good idea, 4D. I think it was good that people complained, you know?
Well, yeah, I think so too. I'm not interested in it's just the price tag is way too much. I don't want to be paying that kind of money. You know, for 4 albums. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's more than that, but it's 4, you know, you can say there's 3 albums, you're paying for 12 albums. But really, at the end of the day, I look at each one that comes in there, you know, the folder. There's 4 album covers with each one, right? At the end of
Rob's camera is your camera backwards? No, it's not. Actually.
No, I fixed them.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Cesar. We got him all fixed up. He's driving properly now. But yeah,
I'm not driving.
Baby, you can drive me car. But anyway, Mazzy, of the original, well, no, let's include 4 now.
Driving.
All those, there's Jim. We love him. Maz, of all the various Beatles Anthology, the 4 sets, which one do you prefer? What's the best for your money?
Okay, here's my order. 2.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Wow. Interesting.
But I would have taken off the live tracks off of 1 and put them separate.
Well, one's critical. Do you know why Volume 1 is almost indispensable? It's because Stu Sutcliffe is actually rumored to be playing on it. In Germany, they've got an early cut from Germany.
I think I would have liked them to start all over again and get, as I said earlier, and make a separate thing, not release now, maybe next year, the Beatles Anthology, the live tracks, and make a 3-record set or however long, a box set of the Hamburg, the Star Club. I mean, the whatever they have.
There's rumors they're going to, because of Peter Jackson's Wizardry, they're going to be able to get Star Club in a way we've never heard it before, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be very nice. But the thing is for me, Volume 2 of the 1965 period, all that Rubber Soul stuff, Revolver, all that stuff is on there. Boy, is that good. That is my favorite. And Strawberry Fields Forever, by the way, also included. And I actually really enjoyed Anthology's breakdown because it's such an incredibly complex song. My favorite, one of my, favorite Beatles songs of all time, Strawberry Fields, so beautifully constructed. And that's the key word, constructed, because when you look at it in its most primitive form, I think it's John in the movie A Hard Day's Night. He's got a little horn instrument, and he's a little kitty horn, and you can hear him do, 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 and he's playing the note structure to Strawberry Fields back in 1964 in the hotel room. That's magnificent. If you know, you know. And then to go from the raw, just him and the acoustic, kind of, the vocals are not quite there, and it builds and builds, and then it becomes this absolutely monster of a classic tune when he's all said and done with it, with the significant help of the engineering team, George Martin et al. At Apple.
There's so many things they can still do. Like someone just commented, they can do the complete Decca tapes. Okay, that's one thing they haven't done. They've done some of this tracks, complete Decca. They should do the complete BBC, even though they did 2 volumes. There's still a handful of tracks not out. So do a mini box, include every single BBC thing. But
one
then
of my favorite Beatle people, and because Joe's not just Beatles, that's always important to say about him. Like Mazzy, he's not just Beatles. But let's get Joe up here if we can get him. Joe, come on up.
Breeze, why is Strawberry Fields not on the #1 album? Well, it should have been, but they really wanted to make it 1 CD, and it's maxed out time-wise, and they had to sacrifice something. Now, I would have wanted Strawberry Fields. We know The Beatles 1 is the biggest selling album from 2000 to 2029. It's in that decade. Beatles 1 is the biggest selling album. That was huge. That was on every, checkout stand at a market and a store, and that was everywhere. And they wanted a single best of Beatles because there's never been really anything like that in that form. I mean, there's been a few records comps like the Beatles 20. What is it called? The greatest. There's been a few, but
the Beatles greatest.
It just didn't fit, and so 79 minutes or 80 minutes is all you can fit.
But I mean, they're absolutely right. Strawberry Fields is a monster song. It's one of their very best that they ever put out. And of course, it's so iconic because of the location. Massey's been there a couple of times at least. I've been there once, paid the pilgrimage when I went to Littlefield. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme privilege and pleasure to introduce to you all somebody you all know, Joe Mayo. Joe, where do we find you today?
Oh, about the detention center.
What the heck are you? When did you break the law, Joe?
I got to come up here once in a while on a Sunday morning, accompany my girlfriend. Her second job, I drive her up here and I hang out. Sometimes watch Rachel.
If you're really good there, Joe, Trump will pardon you. You won't have to go there anymore.
Okay.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
We love it. So you love to see it. So Joe, thoughts on Anthology 4? No doubt you've talked about it on your channel.
Oh yeah.
But just give the kids that are new to you, and there's still people because we got all sorts of here. Tell me your thoughts on Anthology 4, Joe.
Well, my thoughts are that I love and I'm excited by all the new outtakes that we got, particularly the early ones from 63 to 65. Stuff like I Need You, If I Fell, Every Little Thing, Matchbox, all that kind of stuff. I'm disappointed in a way that we get the same other stuff that we've already gotten on the deluxe boxes. But for those people who didn't spring for the deluxe boxes, then they're lucky, But I'm concentrating on the new stuff that I like, that's worth it to me. Baby, You're a Rich Man is a lot of fun too.
Yeah, Massey mentioned that one. You enjoyed that one as well,
I love that. And I love I Need You too. Those two are
it's great.
Yeah, of course, we all remember Beatle people, in Help, and then at the end of it, so cute. George jumps in there and he goes, "I Need You" by George Harrison. Throws that little line in there on the outro of the whole movie. Beautiful, beautiful moment. So now, which version did you go for, Joe? Did you go all in, or what happened with you with Anthology 4?
Well, I've only gotten the CD, the 2 CD. The vinyl I don't care about too much. I may get just the standalone vinyl of 4 eventually, only because I have the vinyl of 1, 2, and 3, and I want to get. But I'm not going to rebuy the vinyl of 1, 2, and 3.
It makes no sense. This is part of the business model that, in my opinion, falls short a bit because these are working titles anyway. So who needs to see a polished version of something that the Beatles themselves recognized was just take 3, take 4, take this, take that, right? It's not the final version of anything anyway. So you're kind of playing with you've got the car jacked up, to use that analogy, and it's on the hydraulics, and it's up there, and you're tinkering away with the engine anyway. It's not the finished product. So who cares if you grabbed a yellow wrench or a red wrench?
It's good though that it released it, because 30 years ago most people weren't into vinyl. They weren't buying vinyl then. They were buying CDs, and vinyl was a small part of it. They did put them out, but it wasn't anywhere near what the CD set.
Full disclosure, Rob, you must be high as a kite right now. Stephen Schnee, Rob wearing his grumpy when there's Beatle Talk face like you've had a gummy.
Listen, Rachel.
A bad gummy.
Rachel?
Yes, Rob.
Remember that horrible movie that came out called Yesterday?
Yesterday was horrible.
What was the premise of Yesterday?
The premise is if there had never been any Beatles and a beautiful
I'm
boy.
kind of feeling like I wish that was true right now.
Hey,
Really, Rob. Okay,
Rob is kind of wasting our time here. Okay, Joe, I want to ask Joe something.
Mazzy doesn't know anything about
what
music.
what has been? I don't need exact percentages because there's no math involved here. But if people after your anthology video complaining about something about it, were a lot of complaints?
Complaining about what? What is that?
Whatever in the cash grab and we already
I'm so
have
tired
this.
of hearing that. Yeah, cash grab, cash grab. I always say, I used to say it's not a cash grab, but now I say it is a cash grab, but that's natural that's what business and marketing is. And even Love Me Do, the first Beatles single, was intended to make cash.
Yeah.
Everything is to make money. Everything
All
is to
you
try
need
to
is cash.
profit. And people are complaining they don't need this and everything. I have 1, 2, and 3, but I don't need 4. And I'm thinking, well, if you have 1, 2, and 3, why not 4? I mean, if you're a diehard.
Yeah,
Hey,
no, for the loyal base.
Can I present one thing when people say it's a cash grab or that nonsense?
Yeah, go, Rob. Do it.
I'm not buying any of it. That was my decision not to do.
Right.
Like, I have the power to say I'm not buying it. Whatever happened, the whole knock against everything people have about everything is like we're powerless to not buy it.
I mean, can you imagine? I remember when we had Thanksgiving dinner and my mother had a nice dinner, invited relatives or her friends. She had something called napkin rings. Remember napkin rings? Those things you put like a cotton napkin in. That napkin rings are a cash grab. Who needs to wrap your napkin in a fucking ring to put next to the?
Good point. Yeah. Well.
Hey,
but like
they
Rob
look good
said,
too?
That's a man.
Nobody's running in here to grab Rob's money. Nobody's grabbing his cash, even though he doesn't want to give it.
Well, we are. We're grabbing his cash.
Well, wait. Hold on one thing. Can I speak to Greg if he's watching? Greg, in the sequel to the documentary, could you put all the horrible takes that Mazzy has and make napkin rings the number one?
I hope there are outtakes on the DVD set on the Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm enjoying it I'm enjoying Volume 4 as a beginning to end listen. I think it really flows well. I happen to like the instrumental passages, the George Martin and those things. I think it breaks it up and it's a nice listen. So in terms of flow, it works for me personally.
Let's talk about Real Love a little bit. Real Love has gotten a backlash.
Yeah. I don't even give a crap about the 3 new songs or the three Beatles songs. To me, that's not the important part of this set for me.
What about those?
Yeah.
Red things?
Do you want kolaches or the Princess Bread?
You're right. It absolutely is a business. That's the music. That's why we call it the music business. It's not they don't call it the music hobby.
And you know what gets me? Cash grab, the term, is another one of these modern fads that people latch onto. Call everything a cash grab. It's a new way of labeling things, and everybody uses it. It's cool to use and all this. It's like, I see right through it.
Joe, you got a great channel. You're one of the leading voices in what I call the Beatles community. Mazzy, you as well. Although you branch out more than just Beatles, but you're a voice and a powerful voice in it. What are the chances of us ever getting Sean Ono? Why the hell? What's he playing hard to get for? Why doesn't he come on? He knows social media. He's not an idiot. The guy knows the power of social media. I would love to see one of you two cats. Larry Graves is another one. Larry, we love you wherever you are.
Rachel, I don't know why, but I would suspect if he does one, whoever he does, he'll feel an obligation. Everyone else will call him up and he'll have to do more. I don't know.
Well, he doesn't seem to do this type of thing too often on YouTube channels. I met him in person at the party, the listening party for Power to the People, and I talked to him, and he said, send me an email. You've got my email, and that's what he said to me. But I don't know if he was just being polite or not. But my thing is, I don't want to bother him, and I want to make sure I can do him justice. It's not just, hey, John Lennon's son is here. Let's talk about the Beatles solos project. That's part of it, but I want to be well educated on his own stuff too, if I'm going to have him.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Now, here's an advantage Massey has over you, Joe, in that regard. I think Massey's got, the roar of a glass tiger, ghost of a saber-toothed marshmallow, whatever the hell he calls that thing. And then the Lennon and the guy for Primus Project. Clearly, I'm not the one for any of that.
Frankly, it's funny. I just got a let me grab it here.
He's on his way, Rob. Something's up.
I think Mazzy's going to show his Beatles napkin rings.
Yeah.
But, Sean, I think Sean's he is the heir apparent to the Lennon estate. So, whatever we're seeing from John these days comes through the auspices of Sean Ono. And I do, from what I understand, Yoko, I don't know what kind of health state or mental acuity state the dear lady's in, but I assume Sean is basically quarterbacking the entire show at this point.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Rob's going to like this because it's
Rob,
his
this is for you from Mazzy with love.
Well, no, it's about Sean Lennon because Rob's boyfriend from Omnivore Records sent me some stuff for Record Store Day previews, and one of the records he sent me is written by Ronnie Diario, and this is with the Lemon Twigs. Now,
Lemon Twigs, yeah.
Ronnie, I love the Lemon Twigs.
That's their dad, Mazzy. That's the Lemon Twigs.
Did you let me finish, Mr.
Okay, Rob, you're getting ahead.
Yes, he's the father. He was a musician, but he never made it. He did more private stuff. Anyway, if you know the Lemon Twigs, I got into them about 6 years ago, and their first album came out 7 years ago. They're very poppy, like the Raspberries, Power Pop, Sweet, Todd Rundgren. And on these are songs his dad wrote, and the Lemon Twigs, the two brothers, produced. It's very poppy, very wingsy, like that. Songs that his dad wrote. So it's not only the Lemon Twigs covering and singing these sweet pop songs. One song has Todd Rundgren doing the lead singing, and they've worked with Todd, so it's right in the DNA. One song is Sean Ono Lennon singing, and so I would love to talk to him about his music.
I can get you a CD of that, Rachel, if you want.
Yeah,
he hasn't done anything. Sean hasn't done an album on his own, except a guitar thing he did last year, Record Store Day, I think it was, kind of a guitar fusion record.
Yeah,
but he's due for an album since the stuff with Les Claypool, all that stuff. I wish he would, not put brakes on his dad's stuff because we all want it, but do something on his own because he does great pop hooks and stuff. He needs to do an album.
Yeah, it's very interesting about the Lemon Twigs. I like them, but they don't. Their problem is it's like McCartney without Lennon. There's so much saccharine light.
Oh yeah, totally.
They need a little grit thrown into the mix. They need somebody with a little social antipathy in order to up their cachet.
They're very syrupy, sugary. I happen to like that.
Sure.
They're great live. If you have a chance to see them live, go see them live.
So anyway, I'm sure. I mean, I've got the one album from their beautiful red vinyl. David Donnelly loves that stuff.
Yeah.
So okay. So are we going to see Rubber Soul next year, or what's next in the pipeline? What the hell are the Fabs going to do?
Joe, did you watch on YouTube? There's a Virgin Radio interview with Giles Martin on release day of Anthology. It's good.
I didn't see it yet.
Watch it because it's not that long. It's 20 minutes or 25.
But supposedly he avoids the Rubber Soul issue.
Well, it's the interview takes place inside Abbey Road Studios, and he mentions it, I think, on his own. I don't think he's really asked directly about it, but he says, the Rubber Soul stuff. Everyone always asks me for the Rubber Soul stuff, and I think he mentions, there's a Rubber Soul track on the Anthology.
Yeah, of course.
I got the impression he's done it. It's ready to go. And
yeah, it's going to come. I don't know.
He's an employee of Apple. He can't divulge a release that hasn't been announced. He's a contract worker.
So, but people are always like, why are we getting Rubber Soul? And I keep saying, yeah, you'll get it. Hold on. And then when everybody gets it, they won't be talking as much about it as when they were waiting for it.
Yeah.
Well, that's true because there's the anticipation, the heat for something.
You know, they could do help.
It's going to be a big deal when it does come.
They could do a help Rubber Soul joint thing because and include the American track listing too.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are fans of the idea of putting them together, pairing a lot of the early albums up together. I hope they just give them all their individual glory. You know, I hope all of them get their own box, even if they, you know, even if there's some limited material for certain ones compared to others. I mean, I look out there and I always say I see box sets by the Trogs. I see box sets by the Bobby Fuller. Bobby Fuller 4. I'm like,
would it hurt you to throw a poster in, Apple?
You know, the biggest screw up with the Beatles box sets are not doing what Sean has done, making them all the same look and size.
I agree. I agree.
How stupid is that? How stupid is that?
Yeah, I like the uniformity. Yeah.
Oh, and everything looks so good when you've got a collection. I've got the Jethro Tull CD, the deluxe, the Steve Wilson remix. They look gorgeous on a shelf. It's like a library, which essentially it is, a music library. They're so well done. I can't recommend that series enough to people. Again, CD. Joe, what do you think the big bang is for value? Is it a CD or vinyl when it comes to these box sets?
The vinyl is very expensive, but if you're a vinyl fan and you don't have any of the anthologies on vinyl and you want to get them all, I guess you should spring for the box of 12 discs. I guess it is 12 vinyl discs. Yeah. But I mean, I for listening, I usually do CD for listening for the most part.
Did they throw a poster in that thing at all, Massey?
No.
What the hell's wrong with you, Beatles? We love
okay, let me ask you this. How many people actually hang the posters up anymore? Really? You keep it folded, you keep it in the box.
No, it's part of the collection.
Because of our age group.
Hey, McCartney Wings has 2 posters, has stickers, and has a book.
I can't stand for Mazzy putting down people who hang up posters with creases through the middle of it.
Yes, you got to put up the.
No, I don't. No, I'm just saying. I used to put up posters. I have no room for posters anymore.
But when we're young people, when we're teenagers, that was a rite of passage.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
absolutely.
That was all part of it. You got Venus and Mars. You got not one but 2 incredible posters, and that. Then you get.
My parents. We had a staircase. We had a staircase going down to the garage, and when you walked down the staircase, there was like a, piece of plaster.
Hey, Rachel.
And
Rachel.
Yes,
breaking news.
Breaking news.
I'm getting communications from viewers where they're completely bored with what the subject, how it's being talked about right now.
Well, you know why? Because
that's okay.
You
do understand that
jazz following. Oh,
I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Do you know that Breege is Martin? You know that? Hi, Martin.
Yeah, that's McGrath. Martin McGrath. I've spoken to Shot Deluxe Cuba sometime in New York City. Is on the way.
Now, Sean called you the C word in writing. So you were talking with him.
There's your claim to fame. You're actually hated by one of the Beatle people. That's well played, Martin.
But doesn't everyone hate that dude?
Well, Martin's, I don't know how to put it. He's a little bit of an iconoclast, he's a bit of a mixer.
Yeah, he's a mixer. He likes drama, but sometimes he talks seriously about the Beatles, and I welcome that. Anybody wants to talk seriously.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He knows his stuff. Reach, that's a fake. Okay, he's saying that Sean Ono, the one that called him the C word, is a fake.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems to be the real one with the 24123. I think it's the real breed.
We got a fake. We got a fake Martin.
So do you think I'm as fake?
Sorry, Martin. We got a fake one. Do time out the fake Martin.
You don't want to see them battle it out?
I don't want to see that. I love Martin. He's look. There's no such thing as a bad boy.
I disagree with that, by the way.
Joe, you know my philosophy. I have worked hard. Rob has really come on board with this whole thing.
No, I haven't.
It's like
Rachel,
that voice sound. We're doing the best we can with these youngsters.
Rachel, can I do the world a service right now?
Yes, go.
Martin McGrath is a cunt. Okay, now I've said it. And
okay, it's coming directly from the wax. Holy smokes, powerful comment. Okay, we got one from Renee. I'm going to turn to Massey for this one. Rach, can you tell me why Julian Lennon doesn't got nothing to do with the Beatles coming out? What's going on with Julian?
Yeah, I think, they finally, I don't want to say they finally bought it off. He finally got a part of the inheritance, and he got paid years ago, and he's got his own thing. And it's a good question. He's just not enveloped in the family business anymore. That's simple as that. He does his photography stuff, his record stuff, his children's book stuff, and his, playboying, going through Monte Carlo stuff. I don't know what he just is a different thing. I haven't even heard his new record. I stopped buying his music.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our best, one of our brightest, Jason Rojas has joined us. Hey, y'all, if you ever get tired of these fools and their VC drama, check out my DJ stream.
Hey, Jason, I saw your little clip where you say I know nothing about
you. You want to hear shitty music, don't listen to his nonsense.
Never mind.
Thank you, Jason. We love you. You are a legend. Boy, and he is such...
You know what?
Maturity in this young man. How come
lately his social media looks like someone freshly punched him in the gut? That's what he looks like.
Freshly punched in the gut, social media. Rob, this is somewhat enigmatic. What are you trying to tell the vinyl community through those mysterious utterings?
That I heard the Guinness Book people are reaching out to him for someone who spent the longest period of not smiling on the planet.
I would be surprised if Sean is worth $30 million. Is he really?
I think he said. Did he say Julian?
Julian's 3-0.
I mean Julian. I meant Julian. Yeah. I'm surprised if he would be worth that much. I could be wrong.
I don't think Julian ever had to really work a day in his life or anything.
No, I know that.
He finally got it's a lot of whining.
But for a long time he didn't get, and finally Yoko and
we've got more than a lot of us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Holy smokes. It is interesting. I think Joe's right. We are going to get Rubber Soul. And then after that, Beatles for Sale would be kind of an interesting one, perhaps. Beatles for Sale, kind of an oft overlooked album because it comes right in between two big albums for them.
When I was a kid, since I'm that old, Christmas time, 1964 is when Beatles 65 came out.
Yes.
So I was 10 years old. And it was the first time my parents bought me one of those Magnavox pull-down speaker. I had my own stereo record player in my room because they got tired of me playing Beatle records on the big console in the living room. And so I remember Beatles 65 on that stereo. It was that record with No Reply and I'm a Loser sounded better than any other Beatle record. And that's I didn't know what Beatles for Sale was at the time.
Yeah.
And I think Beatles for Sale is it's like the first. Well, that and then Hard Day's Night, the great sounding Beatles records. I love it.
People forget, in America, Canada, over here, we didn't know what those albums looked like. They weren't widely broadcast like today. The world is, yay big, right? It's a very small place. But back then, I still remember reading the Beatles illustrated record by, I forget, Carr, who did it with his friend. That's the one with Sgt. Pepper, picture on the front, initially released 1975. And there they had Beatles for Sale in there. They had the UK version of Help, because we got our North American versions of it. And the songs were different. And I still to this day prefer Help with the James Bond intro run in before you get to the music. I love it. I love that intro on that song. Joe?
I love all of those instrumental tracks because I like movies and films. So I like all of those instrumentals.
Yeah. Powerful comment. I wish John never even met Yoko Massey. You're a Fluxus fan. How do you handle criticism of that
First
nature.
of all, I'm still convinced Yoko, in a certain way, probably saved John's life. You know,
He
was
said she did,
drinking,
and
and
I
he got.
agree.
I mean, look what. Yeah, look at his wild weekend. You know, where he got really messed up. He's a bad drunk. I think it opened
really
his
good
mind
work,
too.
Maytag, taking care of John during that period, but let him get drunk and coked everywhere.
Exactly.
Well,
You
that
know,
is kind of
he
interesting
was
too.
a little misogynist. He was a little violent. We know early years, a little bit like a hothead, Irish head. I hate to pick out Irishmen, but he had that thing. And Yoko opened another set of experiences for him. Yoko saved his life.
Everyone was at Abbey Road. I can answer this question. I'm a Beatles fucking expert. Okay, I own it. Beatles legend expert. Everyone, but let it be.
And wait a second. There's an asterisk because you have Olympic studios for certain things on the White Album. You got a few other.
Oh, yeah, a couple. Yeah, fair enough.
But yes, the answer
but
is
by and large, even the White Album was.
I'm dead, Rachel. I'm highly disappointed in the Rev.
Okay, what's going on, buddy? Rob, this is very unusual.
He's participating in the Beatles talk.
The Rev is a Beatles fan. Even the First Church of Jesus Christ and even more Latter-day Saints, though that religious organization is very involved in Beatlemania, Rob. Look at that. It's Hollywood, kids. Oh, that's McDonald's.
It's Knott's Berry Farm, Rachel.
It's Knott's Berry Farm. This is where you can get all your fruits and vegetables at a local market.
Are you on the 405?
When the fuck is the 405, Mazzy?
Is that the 101?
Yeah,
is it the 101?
No, we're on a surface road.
Rob is up.
Okay, now I see
Wow.
it.
Berry Farm right there.
I thought you were on a highway.
Spring Hill Gym, and I saw Rob and Spring Hill Gym. I watched the playback, and I saw they got into it a little bit. Wow.
That guy's a fucking idiot, Joe. So he doxes people. He makes hate content. He trolls. He lies. That dude is no good.
Okay, what? Whoa, that's kind of a harsh criticism, bro.
No, it's factually information coming out of my mouth, Rachel. I'm not making it up. You know, here's the cool thing about all the idiots we come across, Rachel. I don't have to make anything up. I don't have to make anything up. Like the Jason Rojas came in here like a fucking idiot. Yeah. I didn't have to make any of that up. He does it for me.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the poor guy, how long's he been doing live streams for? What's he got over there right now? 10 people, something like that. You know it's not the biggest show on the net.
Here's the difference.
Rachel, it's like going on a bad cruise where all they can afford is a horrible DJ playing shitty music. That's what he is.
Wait a second. You and I have a different take on this. I understand.
Okay.
What bothers me about Jason is too bad because I know he does know a lot about rare records and records. And for him to say, I know nothing about records, I know about different records and I have a vast knowledge of records and music. It's different than what he knows. But for him even to say and to have that clip, wait, and have that clip pop up as I hate to break the tease, but you know where it's going to pop up eventually. It's kind of ridiculous. And for just calling us shills, believe me, if record companies started sending promo stuff to Jason, do you think he'd be upset and send them back and say, look, I don't want these records?
But Mazzy, let's pretend.
I mean, Joe Mayo's a shill too. He gets free John Lennon shit.
Well, of course, we're not shills because hold on, because I tell it like it is. I say negative things when I don't like things about them, and talking to Simon and Sean themselves, they make it clear. They say they want us to be honest when it comes to those records, right? The Lennon stuff.
We both made our opinion on the woman is about that not being, I think they understand that too.
I have to leave.
Rob,
before you go, myself.
Quick question, Rob, before you go. Ask Rob if he's met Daisy on the streets in L.A. Daisy is the name.
What kind of fucking stupid
I don't know what happened.
This
is Ivan. I guess he lines him up and I shoot him out the
Rachel, before I leave,
right.
let's pretend what Jason says about Mazzy is true.
Okay.
What the fuck does it matter? What does it matter that you're worried about how old are you, Mazzy? 85?
90.
What does it matter that
71.
Mazzy, why are you so worried? It seems like he's more worried.
Bye, Joe. Oh, I thought you were leaving.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Oh yeah, I'm going to leave in a minute. I got to get out of here. Time to go home.
All right, I gotta go. Take care.
Finish your point. Finish your point, bro.
You're missing a good one because we got a good Jason Rojas comment. This is what his channel says. Weird. Jason Rojas, a new vinyl community live stream that actually plays vinyl records, not digital rips of vinyl records on.
See, that's passive aggressive shit. That's what he does.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
It's passive.
Is that a shot at PB, Paul?
I may dump on him here as a reaction on this live stream, but I've never mentioned his name on one of my videos. Yeah. So I don't go after anyone on my video content. You're having a discussion here. It comes up. He comes in here and dumps on us. Of course, I'm going to respond.
I'm sorry. Goodbye, guys. I'm going to be late. I got to leave.
All right.
Okay, Joe. We love you. Thanks for coming in. Sharing thoughts. He's got it. Joe Mayo, Beatles guy. I love him. Everybody subscribe to Joe, please. Joe Mayo, and he's got a couple other channels too.
Would someone please come up here? I don't want to be alone with Rachel.
You're going to be fine. We're doing Beatle talk. You're going to be fine. We're in a very comfortable Beatles zone. Now, Beatles one. And of course, remember, Elvis had his Elvis one. Remember, so Beatles did it. Elvis did it. That sold very well for Elvis Presley as well, too. And in fact, I think that one went to #1 again for Elvis.
Now, do you think there'll be a third volume in the Ruddles archaeology?
No, unfortunately, with Roy. I mean, it's a funny comment, but you know what's sad about that is Roy. Is it Roy Ennis? You know,
Ennis. Neil Ennis.
Neil Ennis. Neil is no longer with us.
Well, so half the Beatles are with us.
And what a genius! Yeah, but here's the reality. You know, this is why you got these bands like the Who running along, you know, and it's just Townsend and Daltrey. So is it really the Who when it's just the two guys?
It's
half of it. Yeah, maybe it's the what? You know, but it's certainly not the Who, especially as you know and love them. And Keith Moon was really ultimately. I saw the Who in their 25th anniversary tour, and it was great. And John Entwistle was there, so you had 3 of the 4. You know, but you're still missing the madness that was Keith Moon. That.
Okay, I did some
idiosyncratic drumming style the guy had.
I did some new math and high mathematics because I was reading some comments about the anthology, and someone said it's really unfortunate on volume 4 where George Harrison isn't represented enough. Now, I figured this out, okay? On the anthology, the percentage of songs that are George Harrison, on anthology 4, okay? I think it's 4. Or anyway, I did the anthology. The percentage of songs that are George Harrison's is just under 14%.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. The percentage of songs in the entire Beatle catalog that are George Harrison is about 10%.
Yeah.
So actually they upped the percentage for the anthologies. That's all.
I mean, you got 10 songs.
That's a nerdy thing to even decide to do.
But we know, Beatle people know, you got 10 songs, and like on the UK albums, you're getting 10 songs, and one of those, at least one on every album would be a George. And then they'd all throw something for Ringo. They'd write something up, and Ringo could cover it. If they didn't write something for him, he would cover it.
Throw a big steak to the dog to get the dog out of the way. Of course, no one does it now because steak is so expensive.
So McGrath, the book is a little out of date now.
It's very out of date. It's the basic stuff. There's a couple errors too, which I think one of the pictures of one of George's childhood homes is wrong. And we have Paddington Station is not the proper train station where Hard Day's Night. So we fucked it up. This is pre-internet, remember, all this stuff. And, you know, and before Liverpool or London really gave a shit about Beatle tourism. So we worked on it from 78.
By the way, folks, for those out of the loop, this is our director. And again, to reiterate, this is Greg's film. This is his baby. Mazzy and I just simply appear in it. But Greg's the creative mind behind it. And there is an embargo. We're not at liberty to talk about it at length. But boy, we're both chomping at the bit to do so. All I will say is very, very good. And it is funny. It is like the humor.
It's funny and emotional at times, too.
It's good. It's really.
It tugged at my heart. as I said, the only issue I have is not with the film, but it's Jason Rojas saying,
yeah, but
Mazzy doesn't know anything about music.
You can't let that's his vision. That's our direct. That's why we release it into our direct.
Well, I don't mind it's in there. I don't mind it's in there, and it's not about the film. It's about the person saying bullshit. Of course, a lot of people on that.
How can you imagine that being the Beatles with all the documentaries and now with the world opening up with the World Wide Web and YouTube and the opinions just us here talking and they've got to listen, and then John met Paul and it was at St. Swithin's, and McCartney's listening in going, this is a bunch of bullshit. I have to put up with this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, Mazzy would probably sign it for you. If you want it there, McGrath.
Inbox me on Instagram and I'll give you an address.
Holy smokes. The most error-laden book I ever read was The Rise and Fall of ECW. I gave it a scathing review on Twitter, and the author's response was that I'd been taught to read in prison. The author's response, holy smokes.
You realize, like looking back on it at the time, okay, this is the days you have to get things typeset. We didn't have computers and home computers.
World, yeah.
Everything was on. I typed everything on a typewriter. Whiteout was a thing. We went to 2 trips to England, and I went 78. David went 79, and we both went in 80, and in early 80s. So, and we started working on the book. But that's just, the thing is, someone brought up that quote Jason said separately about 2 weeks ago on Racial Stream before I even knew about the documentary. So I'm not going to talk about that. I just really enjoyed it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Well, we got a very skitterish director on our hands here.
Yeah, I understand that.
Trying to keep the lid on something. But it's really great to see that it's done. And it must be a huge relief for Greg to have it in the can and all that stuff. So we'll be talking to Greg about it in future episodes. Hopefully we'll get Jason Rojas himself up and all the cast and everybody that was so good about it. Spring Hill Jim is very knowledgeable about the early Beatles and deserves more than the stuff Rob claims.
Yeah, Rob does seem to know a lot. I'm not going to deny that.
McGrath, I'm a Spring Hill Jim. McGrath, you're in the same category. There's no such thing as a bad boy. And I know Mazzy has come along to agree with me on this philosophy. We embrace young people like Jason and McGrath, yourself, and Spring Hill Jim. By gum, this is a young boy in England. I mean, how envious could I be? You're actually in Old Blighty, living the dream.
Just don't go to that town we saw on YouTube.
Yeah, has anybody seen the Mancunian that does drinking? He goes pub crawling.
He goes
in the UK and evaluates towns in England. He was in Cumbria. He goes to the word.
He hits the boozers.
He goes to the boozers. He's funny as hell.
I'm gonna get the channel.
Yeah, so we'll get and drop a link for it. Anyway, Jamie, are you glad you picked up the Beatles box? Are you going to give it a review? Great question from our good friend Johnny L. Anyway, God, it's great to see everybody. Satan Rojas official is in the house. Satan, we love you. Hey, Rach. Hey, Satan. You're doing great, son. Okay, I only got Anthology 4, not the entire 1 to 4 box set. I'll show them on the channel next month sometime. Wow. Mazzy, tell the kids about would-be content creators. You got to strike while the iron's hot, or nobody's interested by the time, because the audience is hungry. They want to consume everything they can on it, and then they're kind of, I'm done with it, and they don't have the interest to go.
In terms of YouTube, in terms of YouTube stuff, when there are certain releases that are considered big releases, not just Beatles, and all the YouTube community jumps on it. So you'll see a million anthology videos now, which is fine. When Springsteen's box came out, there are a bunch of Springsteen videos, Stones, certain artists, when an important release comes out, everyone jumps on it. Record Store Day thing, that's just part of it,
It's part of being a community, because
and people,
communicable, the word gets out.
And everyone's got a different opinion. I think whoever you watch, whether it's me or Mayo or
the ghosts,
jazz bums, whatever the thing is, you start learning and trusting or not trusting their opinions.
Yeah.
If you get turned on to music and you see that I happen to like a lot what this person's saying, then you trust them. It's like DJs and
let's be real. Let's keep it real. I know you kids like to keep it real. You come here to see it kept real. Let's be real. The biggest boat in the harbor, in the Vinyl Community Harbor, is the Beatles. There's no other band that draws the eyes on, the attention. And in fact, there is a sub-community within the record community of just Beatlemania people, with people with Beatle in their names, a ton of them. Go ahead,
yeah. I'm going to respond to Spring Hill because he want to know if I saw the Folio Society's edition of Philip Norman's book. I did. In fact, I did a screen grab of it. They do high-end limited edition hardbound books and slipcases. I'm not ordering it. It's like $100 something, whatever. But I think these are really cool. 10 years ago, I would have ordered this for my book collection. I don't need it now. I did meet when his first Beatle book, Shout, originally came out. He was in San Francisco doing a tour, and we met in the lobby of his hotel. Our book, I think our book had just come out then. What year did it come out? And so I have a signed copy of the first edition of Shout, American edition of Shout by Philip Norman. So I did see that.
Okay. Hey, Massey, your recommendation for John McLaughlin's beautiful album. I found a copy.
Isn't it great? It's so good. It's acoustic. It's spiritual. A lot of acoustic guitar. Beautiful record. See, that is where I feel real good when I do those. It's the music stupid, and someone gets turned on to an album.
So do you want to throw the egg out? I need an egg.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Now here's the deal, Massey. This is a great question. It's coming up from little Tommy Miller from Puddleby on the Marsh. Massey, can you help Rachel with the green color skew?
Yeah, she does have a green thing, and that's a white balance thing, and I don't know how it's adjusted on her camera, so I can't help
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We've got a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, get me an egg. Let's donate some money to me. I'll buy a new camera with the money.
Wait. You don't necessarily, isn't that a new camera you have?
Yeah, but we're going to look at this is like a $250 camera.
But it might be a setup issue. It might be a setup issue.
I'm moving to a $2,000 camera, and you're going to pay for a Vinyl Community. We're here,
Rachel. On a $2,000 camera, you still got to do a white balance and set it up.
I'll hire for $4,000. I'm going to fly Massey and the white. My white.
There was my friend Coleman, the late friend Coleman. When I have a plasma, I still have 11-year-old plasma. The last year they made plasma, so I don't have an LCD or whatever you call them now, OLED. And when this dies, I'll get it. But the best thing about these plasmas at the time, there were pros that would come around, and he had a guy that would go a tour around the country. That was the guy, and I think it was like $300 or $400. Or maybe less than that, but he would be a few $100s. He would come and calibrate and perfectly set up your plasma, the color balance. And I tell you, when a pro does a color band set on, now I don't know what the OLEDs are like. Maybe you don't need it anymore, but with those, when he did that color balance thing,
we got a Sony Bravia 4K, top of the line. We paid a fortune for it. But one thing I'm noticing is televisions have really come down in price. You go walking through Costco or whatever, and you're seeing some good quality television sets that are really at like the $1,000 price point, 4K, and not just, crap, no-name brand TVs. We're talking LGs and Sonys and this sort of thing. I got a plasma, a Panasonic. Yeah, I mean, I tell you, the 4K watching.
I have the last high-end Panasonic. When I moved here, when I bought the house, I bought this, and so that would have been 2014. And it was a lot. And then they stopped making plasmas. Apparently, Panasonic has just jumped in the business again of making flat screens. There's a review. That guy Andrew Robinson reviewed the new one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to wait till it dies. I'm fine,
Well, speaking of waiting to die, Massey, you're getting older.
I'm not dying yet.
And you're talking about, cutting down on Beatles, certain things, like you said, 10 years ago, I would have gotten it. I'm kind of in the same boat. My son loves all the records, but this Qobuz thing, this digital streaming has been a breath of fresh air. And this system sounds so good that I stream music through it. It's emotionally moving. It's unbelievable. The beauty of the music, it just chills through you. A beautiful system.
What was I going to say? I forgot. See, I'm old. I forgot what I was going to say.
All right, take your time. Here's a nice comment for you. Mass, thanks for turning me on to those real sweet spot pressings. You know, the 35 to 40 sweet spot.
Which ones? Which ones?
Well, anything that's retailing for 35 to 40 bucks, right?
I have a video right after this at 9 o'clock about the new vinyl file series, the 4 new releases from Universal Music. So that's today.
Okay, Novice Nick, who seems to know something about it. Every TV requires calibration if you want to see true color. Still rocking it.
It's true, Novice. You're absolutely right. But a lot of people don't bother. They don't want to, if they can't do it themselves, they don't want to pay another $100 or whatever it would cost, $200 to calibrate it. You're right. He's totally right about that. You want to calibrate it and get it right. That's why the same thing with her camera and stuff, you know. Most people don't notice. That's the thing, Nick. You notice it. I notice it. What I liked about plasma, to me, they look more cinematic than OLEDs.
Yeah.
And I like that, you know. Yes, you get burned, and I have my CNN burnt into the bottom. But
proudly.
I don't have cable anymore, so I don't watch CNN anymore, or MSNBC, or MS, whatever it's called, or Fox.
I think if you kill that light overhead, Sue, it'll orange me up. Because if they're worried me going tinty blue, that'll take some of the blue hue off of me.
Like this light?
I don't know. Yeah, just turn it down. There you go. Yeah.
Maybe you have gangrene, and that's the whole thing.
I'm doing good, man. This diet, man. See, I'm going fast. I fast 1 day a week. I'm doing the fast again today, and boy, this whole regime has been so effective. I can't encourage people enough. If you're, put the pounds on. That's one thing about the film, I tell you, is that I'm like a half of the size I was in the film, so that was kind of fun to go. Okay.
I'm going to do my top 10 napkin ring video next week.
Okay. What's this about napkin ring? What's the story?
Where have you been? We started talking about napkin rings on your show.
Well, tell me, teach
me. I'm just kidding.
I have no idea. I can't keep up with you young people. Maslowian napkin ring. There it is. All right.
You know, see, my mother was such like the homemaker. She actually worked part-time too, like in those days. And God bless her. Or whatever. I don't believe in God, but bless her soul.
God bless her. I do. So
I love my mother, and but she was into the Jewish mother, like the napkin rings at Thanksgiving or Rosh Hashanah. She would make everything would look perfect on those holidays. She would buy these little kitchen things. Like there was a thing called all of a sudden in the 60s, something called a bagel cutter. It was a plastic thing, shape of a bagel with a stand. You put the bagel in and you slice it so it wouldn't slip out to cut your hand. So she bought a bagel cutter. We were the first family on the block, as far as I know, to have, remember electric carving knives in the 60s?
Yeah.
My dad would use it to carve the turkey.
What kind of fast are you doing? So basically 1 day a week, Rev, basically, I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning. Then I'm done. I'm done. Now I'm done. And I go basically 24 hours without any food, right? Just 24 hours, 1 day a week. The rest of the day, I don't have 3 meals a day anymore. I'm down to eating 2 meals a day. I have a really healthy breakfast. Egg, sardines. I like sardines. We throw those in there. Avocado. And we'll
avocado. Is that how you call it in Canada?
Avocado. Do you want avocado? Tomato, Maz. Anyway, so we have the avocado, and then and a couple eggs, and there's my breakfast. Right, good. Lunch is a beautiful salad. This is the most amazing salad. It's got arugula as a green base in it, tomato, cucumber, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. No, it's got broccoli. I'm chopping broccoli and feta cheese and these gorgeous little flax cracker wafer things that Sue makes, and it's absolutely to die for. You throw extra virgin, the EVVO or whatever, and you throw that on there. That's the salad. Then it's either going to be fish chicken or a steak or pork. I have a pork. What is it? What it kind of
The other white meat.
pork
All
chop.
the pork.
The
Boy,
other
it's
white
good.
meat.
And
That
then
was-
I'm done. And then I'm done. I don't crave anything. Oh, and by the way, vinyl community, I was on high blood pressure medication. I'm off that. I've got a little at-home blood pressure thingamagoogie, and I don't need the pill anymore. I've been 9 days. This is the 9th day without a blood pressure pill. Don't need them anymore. My blood pressure is totally normalized. Unbelievable. Okay, is that like snuggling up with bag pus every night? Bag pus. This is a horrible English expression. Bag pus. Holy smokes, Maz, what's exciting you these days? Where's your vision at? What's making you wake up, you go, you're right. Probably the show, your own show is probably a big part of that.
I like making the videos, and I'm making a lot now, almost one a day every other day, because it's a fall, Christmas time, record store day. There's a lot of releases coming through. Yes, some I get promos, but also a lot I buy. I use the funds I get from the channel to buy records for the channel. So it works. I invested back in the channel. So I appreciate the support on that level. There's a new Replacements, Let It Be. The Replacements Let It Be has an expanded box set. Not a box set, a multi-disc set that came out that's fantastic. If you like the Replacements, the Minneapolis band.
Yeah, I got that.
I have a record store day preview of things I need to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. Excuse me.
And we're the better off.
Water.
Okay, now, Rachel, do you write poetry? Do you know I don't, Seagull, but you know who does? My kid. And he's very good. He's gifted. My son is one of the most literate individuals I've ever encountered. He reads a lot of classical literature. He reads poets. He's read Shakespeare. He's read the Upanishads. He's read the Quran, the Bible, of course. He's read the poems of Reti, the Persian poet from 580. And then he's taken on Japanese poets that have been translated into the English. I tell you, the kid's absolutely amazing. He reads the philosophers. He loves William Blake. He's an amazing guy. He's read Nietzsche and Rene Descartes, and he just loves all that stuff. Really, really quite amazing. So justifiably proud of the lad. But yeah, he's great. Okay. We'll wait for Maz to get back, then we'll talk to you about that question. We'll take that there. Did you get my VCLT yet? Not yet, Trish, not yet. Bless your heart for thinking of us. We just love you at this time of year. Mazzy, here's a question for you. Are you still going to do your own live streams?
Eventually, yeah.
You're good at them. I think you're very good. You're good
if I don't start it, I probably in 1st of January. I may do one during the holidays. I'm not sure, but I will. It's going to be, I'm not going to have all gang on, because it's the same old thing with you and Rob, and it'll be me mostly in my record library and talking about music. So
yeah, I love it. And
I will do it eventually. I'm going to figure it out a little more.
You are there's nobody in your class. You're the Beatles of somebody that can sit there.
Live streams, but I've found, they're not as easy. That's why I admire you guys for doing it.
Yeah, Rob and I are pretty quick on the take. One thing, again, when you watch the film, I'm not going to say too much, but I got to say, I'm pretty damn good. Okay, PB Tall, let's get the link for PB Tall. Hang on, Patrick. Here we go. Here we go for Patrick. Come on up, buddy. Okay, so there's so much going on. Manuel, who's Rachel? That's here. Hey, how you doing, Manuel? You got a badge? Are you new? What are you?
He doesn't need one.
Okay, you don't need one. You're okay. Your son has more books than you have records. Yeah, he's got a massive collection. He really does. And he likes Taschen. Mazzy's talked passionately about the Taschen Corporation. But, I buy what I buy and I read what I read. And I do so much genealogical reading. I'm in old manuscripts and books and got to tell you, one thing that's been a real boon to that is AI's ability to read old manuscripts, like an old will in 1600s language, and it'll just read it with a very high retention. All right, here we go. Boy, oh boy, this is a Jason Rojas special. Nobody's been attacked more. It's been happening for you, PB Thal. I'm so sorry to inform you, but Sue even picked up that there seemed to be some sort of passive aggressive anti-PB Thal in the title of today's stream. Kind of where he says real records, vinyl. He calls it vinyl. You know, the
vinyl. Don't say it ain't so.
I know.
No.
It's crazy.
God, it hurts.
Anyway,
the amazing thing is, as soon as that signal hits his computer, it becomes a digital rip. So
very true. It's a science. Follow the science, like Maz says.
So if someone thinks they're being a purist, then they're not really thinking clearly.
Marty in Oregon, we love Marty. Love Tash and Books. Of course, Marty, you're always welcome to come up. We love hearing from you and having you. PB Thal, what's new in your world? How you doing, buddy?
I was doing okay till I.
Okay, well, we have to let you know. Like forewarned is forearmed. Here's the deal. Anthology 4, did you invest? Are you interested in any way?
I didn't invest in Anthology 1, 2, or 3, so no, I didn't invest in 4.
There's not a very low likelihood of going for 4.
No.
Shani, you're struggling with your imagery. Did you decide to go? Okay.
You beatled him off the stream. Way to go! That's how that's what happens.
I always like when Patrick comes on when I'm here because he brings a dose of like this is the fucking reality of everything.
This is the cuts,
and I like it because I try to do that, but I go on some different tangent.
You take the scenic route. Patrick just wants to take the express way.
I appreciate that more than a lot of other things.
Patrick. So Patrick, have you got involved with a young man many years ago? It didn't go well. It was controversial at its time because he was in a different state than you, which is there's some issues there. But he was in the Texas Panhandle. You got him not 1, but 2 terabyte devices, which are just absolutely off the clock. And people have talked about this, raved about it this day. It didn't go well. There was some concerns that there was stalking. There was some sort of inordinate interest from the parents. How did you combat it? Melody has emailed me about it, saying, I know how he feels.
You get Patrick up and then you do that.
What the hell? So okay, all right. So I watched that your documentary, and one thing that documentary never.
Hold on, whoa. And so we're under a moratorium from the director. Okay. We got to wait for it. We got to wait. We got to comment on it.
To comment on it.
Don't comment specifically, but an impression of how you felt about it
as a woman.
But we can talk about it next week.
Next week, Wednesday, we're free. There's a moratorium.
If I get a chance to talk about it next week, I would probably mention that. I would probably mention that there is none of you setting someone up like that in the documentary. If I get a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, we missed that. So anyway, I love Patrick so much. I'm just shitting him, man. Come on, we're getting it. I can. But anyway,
I don't mind you saying my name with Mason. That's okay. But please don't ever say my name with that other guy, the sex offender. I don't. Be involved with that.
So you have. Now, so you for you, because it's all there, is you're like Massey. Oh, he's all guilty and stuff. I just think that maybe because his story to me, his testimony is he goes, it's not like it's like it is, Rachel. It's a corruption. It didn't happen. That he's in denial. He say it didn't happen.
I'm not quite sure what you guys are referring.
We're talking about Melody, and he had some problems. So Melody says that it didn't happen the way.
One thing I will say, and I will agree with Rob, and this isn't a spoiler because people who watched your show back then,
yes,
that fucking song is terrible. End of story.
Okay, let's just leave it alone.
Just please.
Massey,
no, that was on your show.
Greg, I love you. I love Greg. I'm so sorry that PB Thal and Massey are ruining your movie. You're ruining my movie. Holy smokes, guys.
Hey,
when I watch the movie next week, will I see?
Will there be a okay, let me ask you this, Rachel and Sue.
Yeah.
For Record Store Day next year, will there be a soundtrack?
Wow, isn't that something?
Because there's, I won't. We'll talk next Sunday.
The greatest song to ever be performed on this on the previous stream was Joey Callio and the Rachel's Ghost theme for the Ghosty Awards. That was the greatest song ever performed, followed second by David Donnelly's Happy Birthday. So in my opinion,
Record Store Day comp.
Donnelly's Happy Birthday with the drumsticks floating and the guitar. Oh my God, he's good. Hey, who's the screaming like, hey fan? Hi fan, how you doing? I'm Rachel's Ghost. I'm Canada's most accessible transgender woman of color. And we're here to get the rainbow flag.
Green. I think the color is green. You're
when
green.
You say accessible, you don't mean sexually accessible, right?
So,
baby, I do.
Rachel,
the price is right.
Patrick, what's going on today? Rachel's green. Rachel's got a green tone. Patrick's got a blue tone.
And you're red.
All together.
And you're red.
I'm magenta.
You're magenta.
I have natural light coming in the window, though.
Yeah, I have natural. So I probably have my camera set up for evening. So and then now it's like there's daylight in here, so I can probably check. I usually don't spend any time on that shit. So as you could tell.
So anyway, the whole thing is, he that is without sin casts the first stone. That's always my position on human frailty problems. I'm not that guy, but in the meantime, do no harm is always a good thing. Do no harm. Dr. Robert. I'm 100% with Rachel's take on Mellows expressed to Spring Hill Jim in a conversation he recorded and posted to his channel, or to slam it. Well, yeah, Jim is a very vocal, opinionated young man. This is another guy I'd love PB to take under his wing, guide, channel, help, and direct, because he could be a really helpful component in his little society in England. Okay?
Who are you talking about?
Little young Jim.
I don't have any time for that.
Okay, hold on.
Nothing against the guy. He knows his stuff.
Okay. Look, we got a lot of young boys that like watching this show. Do you have a favorite young boy, Maz, or we'll go to PB on that too? That guy, a young boy that you go, gosh, I wish I could have this young man over where I could channel.
This is a weird question. This is becoming a weird question.
What? Why? It's about stewardship. Okay, it's about
who are you stewarding? Who the hell? What tranny person are you stewarding?
Why do you think the Cub Scouts? Why do you think
so many? The angel of light.
At one time there was a trans person. At one point there was a trans lady called Jade Starr on this show that you could have shepherded, but instead you pushed her away back to the outback of Australia.
I love Jade. Jade is still tight.
Since you're partial,
Loki Teo scared Jade. Go ahead, man.
Loki Teo's not around anymore.
Since you're part First Nations, and this reminds me back to that point of like a bar mitzvah, but when you're a Cub Scout before you become a Boy Scout, there's a thing in the middle called a Weeblow. And that like says it all right there.
Holy smokes, Weeblow.
There's a song called "I Got Kicked Out of the Weeblows," by the way.
Well, I did not know this from an old Zoomer. But anyway, here's the deal. Here's the deal with
I was on Zoom
with the implications of celebrity and high profile presentation. We just have fun. We're out here. We love the music. We talk about the music. We buy the records, and sometimes we don't. And sometimes they're worth criticizing. A little bit about all this is
Restream no longer show the chat. Oh, does Restream not show the chat? Oh, hold on, there it is. There's a button now for it. I got it. So
I enjoy watching PB Thel's program on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. This is from Satan Rojas Official.
We welcome Satan Rojas Official every day of the week. So yes.
Holy smokes, that's a high praise coming from PB Tall. That's fantastic. So, okay, so you were able to watch. It looks like you've seen the preview of the spectacular film.
I did, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to Wednesday when we can talk about it. Kind of interested in your thoughts and feelings about it. And I've got some of my own. But the main thing about it is that it's Greg's vision. That's the thing I always say. It's Greg's vision. It's not mine.
It's well filmed. I'll say that for it.
It's really well done. And it's funny as hell, I thought. But anyway, I digress. Fluffy, you are loved so much, you little bundle of Mexican joy. We love you, Fluffy. Little
You
bundle.
little bundle of Mexican joy.
He sure the hell is all that and more. That's my Fluffy.
Did somebody put something in your coffee this morning, or
Oh,
what?
it's not. No, you know what? PB Tall, you're slim and trim. Do you diet like, or do you what kind of diet? What are you eating? Because I'm 2 meals a day, and I don't have sugar anymore, man. I substitute. I put glycine in my coffee now. This product is wonderful. It's an amino acid, and it doesn't have the horrible insulin resistant side effects that you want to avoid with sugar. So, life is good, man.
I mean, I don't eat a lot, so I mean, I generally, I'll eat like a couple of pieces of toast for breakfast, and then I'll eat usually boneless, skinless chicken breast cooked a variety of ways with either pasta or rice. And, then I throw in, different salads, different stuff. But, I'm not more about what I eat. It's like I have to exercise. If I eat X amount, I need to ride my bike X amount. So
that's a good question. Where is Thor? Thor is he comes by.
He was on my live stream on Friday.
Yeah, he comes for this show. He comes by occasionally. We love Thor, and Thor and I are in good. Thor does a lot of texting with me. We do messaging back and forth.
Really?
I think because we're politically aligned, right? So, hey, Rach, catch this. Did you see this one? There's a certain percentage of people in the vinyl community of my ilk, political stripes, and they reach out and message me about political stuff. I love you, by the way, people that message me about political stuff, but I wish you wouldn't because there's so much of it out there, and I do my own due diligence. Like I'm out there consuming a lot of information and news. And so, I don't need somebody to bring it, and I don't put it in anybody's mailbox.
Thor, like I said, Thor was on my stream on the panel on 2 days ago. So
yeah,
nice.
So, but I've known Thor for years. So I mean, I'm the one who brought Thor to the vinyl community.
He loves you. He's a fan, and deservedly so. But I am though. Okay. They talk. You didn't miss anything. We did a lot of Beatles talk. Okay, it's been a Beatles-centric show. Did I miss Rob and Rach screaming? We were very reconciliatory.
They didn't scream today.
This episode. Yeah. It's just Rob comes in with these crazy takes from left field that absolutely take me by surprise. I go, what? Like the one we got head to head over was like public monies going into gay sidewalks and shit. And he goes, it's the same as you having that pillow there. I go, that's my pillow in my fucking house. It's not like I'm making you go downtown and see my pillow and you got to pay for it with your tax dollars.
Can you highlight Fluffy's? Can you highlight Fluffy's comment? So,
all right.
I'm actually going to make a video. Maybe make a video today or tomorrow. And the title is going to be "Sometimes you go to Den Bosch. Sometimes Den Bosch comes to you." Because I don't have to go to Den Bosch to get record. That's the benefit of being the vinyl archivist and the king of digital pre-recorded vinyl rips is that people send me rare records to archive because that's what I do. So I don't have to travel halfway across the world to get rare and exciting records. I have them sent to me. So
Frank says something very true about a lot of us. Record collectors most out of shape. People tell you be proud of me. I'm on an exercise bike most days. Like I put in 1 to 2 hours on a bike, a minimum of an hour. Is
it like a Peloton bike or a recumbent bike?
It's a recumbent bicycle, and
I'm riding a recumbent too, so we're doing the same thing.
It's it's great for I still got it around the middle where a lot of it is, but overall it's doing really good. Okay.
So is there no place to ride? Is there no place to ride outside on a real bike on where you're at, or no?
There is, but I'm lazy.
Okay.
My problem is I'm mentally lazy.
Comfort. It's comfort.
And here's the other thing for me. And when I was overweight, it was really hard. So the recumbent bike could handle it more than you don't want to put 300 pounds on top of a normal bicycle. That's a lot of work on the frame and tires. Okay. Someone seems to have been rattled by Jason Rasmussen. How do you handle that?
I'm not rattled by it, but the comment he said, which apparently we heard it before this, so it's not a deal breaker, but okay. I think Patrick will support me on this one. he says out of the blue, Mazzy like doesn't know anything about music. Now, I know a lot about music. I may not know about all the records that Jason knows about. I know different things, but I have a vast experience of record in the business and a lot of stuff like Patrick does. Patrick and I know different things. We overlap, but we know different things. So that's
together we make a good combination.
Yeah, that's a bullshit
you can
comment.
speak to one side. He can speak to one side.
I will challenge anyone, and that's a bullshit comment. Just to say.
Well, I don't. What was the comment? He actually said that, or what?
Okay, don't say it. Oh,
okay. Yeah, it's on. I mean, it's on. I get. So I didn't. Yeah. I will admit I skipped over that part.
Go watch it again. Come back next week and let's talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, Marty will take that one on. Holy smokes. I'm glad you're holding off. But, because I just do so much social media and and I'm busy. I'm on the computer a lot. I got a gorgeous 32-inch screen here, BB Thal. It is absolutely to die for. And and I'm doing all these incredible graphics. Well, I'm not. But I'm giving the prompts to Grok AI, and so my whole family tree is just looking like a piece of art. I say, do it in Art Nouveau style. I do Ligne Claire style of art.
I'm going to pretend. I'm going to nod my head like I know what the fuck you're talking about. So,
it's art, man. We're talking art and culture. Art and culture.
So my wife's dad was an artist. He was actually, and then he became a world-renowned carousel restorer. He was like the definitive one. So he was all into art, and she's into art, and I know nothing about art.
Did it turn you off of art because that's dad's thing?
No, it's her dad, her father, her father, not my father. So, so I've been dragged to all the museums, art museums, and I just don't get it. I've seen that lady that does vaginal art. I've seen I've been out to the museum.
Paltrow?
Yeah. So and then
Okay, good question. BB Doll, how much would you be willing to pay? And I suspect it's going to be a lot if I do some vaginal art for you.
That's okay.
Wouldn't that be incredible? Can you imagine? And Mazzy, same thing holds for you. I love you.
Oh, I know you're talking. It
would be so fluxus. It would be like
talking about. Okay, you're talking about Judy Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know her name, but I mean,
Judy
Chicago, she's famous for that.
Judy Chicago, way back before she really got famous, was married to my second cousin, who was also an artist.
So the record collection I bought a year ago or so ago, the guy I bought it from, he was the assistant to Robert Rauschenberg, and that was he is in charge of Robert Rauschenberg's like traveling art exhibit,
archive and stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Wow, Gwyneth Paltrow. Boy, oh boy, Gwyneth Paltrow.
I like Gwyneth Paltrow, of course I do. But
do you like her candles, Norman?
The vaginal candle? Well, yeah. I don't have any, so I don't know.
That'd just be crazy. People come over.
I mean, I don't necessarily want to light a candle. I wouldn't want my living room here to smell like a vagina
Georgia O'Keeffe is the one I'm talking about. Georgia O'Keeffe.
What the hell happened to Johnny? Johnny, what happened to you?
Just realized
Johnny popped in and popped out. He just froze and all hell broke out.
Maybe he's not a Beatles fan.
I use it. It's not animation. It does absolutely stunning versions of Art Nouveau, like the way I was doing the art, and I'd cut and paste and do things together. Oh. This is absolutely next level stuff. I say do it a romantic style, like a Pear soap commercial from like 1910, and it'll generate it. It's absolutely amazing. But it is going to hurt, the people that pen and ink, and the people like Patrick's late begotten father. I assume he's gone.
So no, it's not my father. It's my wife's father. It's not.
Can I bring it back to music for a second? Did anyone, Patrick, did you get the new Music Direct catalog? Look who's on the cover.
Why is David Lee Roth on the cover?
I know. I guess there's a reissue of Van Halen thing going on. Okay. But the best thing with the spreads with the $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $20,000 cartridges and things there. I always love looking at this. Obviously, you had turntables, high-end gear. And not everything is high end, but there's a mix.
If you want to go to I did get the Cramps reissues. I got all the Cramps.
Now, are these new reissues?
Yeah.
Wait. I want to talk to you about these because 10 years ago, are these Kevin Gray again?
No, these are not Kevin Gray.
10 years ago, Kevin Gray did two of them. Who did these?
I don't. There's nothing in there to tell you who did what.
What label are these?
They're on Universal. They're the same ones that did the Danzig ones, and so I was optimistic that these would be as great as the Danzig reissues, which, by the way, are fantastic.
Are they? Okay.
Have you heard these yet?
Yeah, I've heard I've heard this one. I've heard Psychotic Psychotic Jungle. Psychotic Jungle. It's okay. It's not as good as the Danzig one. It's cut very, very low. Very, very low.
Have you heard the 2 Kevin Grays from about a decade ago?
No, but I've had the originals. So
because I have the Kevin Grays.
So if you have the Kevin Grays, I wouldn't duplicate and buy.
No, I'm not going to buy them again. I don't. Those kind of records I don't need to buy like multiple. So
so it's nice. It's nice that they're in print, but I think they could have been. They're not done badly, but they could have been done better. They're not as good as the Danzig ones, in my opinion. You have to really crank them.
For people like myself, I don't have any of the Cramp stuff. Who who are they? Which is the album to get from them?
The first one, because it has.
Let's do Misfits. Sorry, I meant Misfits.
The Misfits would probably Walk Among Us.
Walk Among Us. What's that cover look like? Describe the artwork. Misfits. They Walk Among Us.
Just 1 second, I'll tell you. Hang on.
Okay, hold on. Baby Thel's on the case. Massey, what's your Misfits collection like?
I think I only have 2 of their albums.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about them?
I used to see them live more than I had their records. They used to come through the city, and I've seen them probably twice. Yeah.
I think it's Van Gogh had the blue period. It's Van Gogh, or was it Picasso? I'm Picasso.
Okay, well let me. I'm going to go through these because I have a stack here.
Okay, so, here we go. This is PB Thel in the spotlight. Here we go.
So this is my 12-inch collection of my trip to Den Bosch. Here we go. This is the Dum Dum Boys. Let There Be Noise. These guys were Stooges. Love the Stooges, and they're pretty much, if you like the Stooges, you love the Dum Dum Boys. Here's the Misfits right here. This is the Legacy of Brutality. It's an OG.
Yeah, and it's got their mascot.
This is the Vibrators' second album, original UK press. Vibrators 2.
Is that Turning Japanese?
No, that's the Vapors.
Oh, Vapors. Sorry.
So here's the Misfits Walk Among Us. This is one you're asking about.
Okay, is this the Misfits to get of all the Misfits?
Probably, yes.
Wow.
I'm not an expert on the Misfits, but yeah. So this is a Box of Fish, Slap 'em Around. This is a band that said they invented grunge, and I really can't argue with them. They're very, very grungy sounding.
What year is that?
Mid 80s.
Wow.
This is the Gordons. This is New Zealand.
Well, the Replacements have a pre-grunge sound too. There we go.
There's the Vibrators, Pure Mania. This is Vapors again.
That's Turning Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, that's not Turning Japanese. This is the Vibrators. It's not the Vapors are the ones that did.
Okay, it's a V. It's vaginal.
This is Generation X. This is the UK first press of. There's an early Billy Idol there.
Wow.
Is that the first version of Dancing with Myself?
Yeah, David Donnelly. Look at that one.
Yeah. And this is the Homosexuals.
Okay.
Nothing.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, here's the Homosexuals record. That's a UK press. This is Lipstick Killers, Mesmerized. This is Minor Threat, Out of Step, original UK. As you can see from the two. Here's another Misfits, Die Die My Darling. This is an EP, really, really good. And last but not least, of my trip to Den Bosch is this Misfits comp.
Wow, nicely done. So friends of yours, people that know you in the industry, they send you this stuff, and you go to work.
Actually, no, this is a YouTuber. This was Res Per Minute, and he also sent me. He sent me literally eight boxes of 45s, of just incredible stuff. So.
Okay, this is hurtful. Regigos Massey's not doing a good job of proving Jason Rojas wrong. Massey does not know much about music, according to.
Well, I don't know about every genre, and I've admitted that. So
I don't know. I don't know shit about some genres. I'm a very, very don't know much about jazz. I know enough to spend a lot of money for no reason.
I probably know more about jazz than he does. But
Dancing with Myself is on the Gen X album "Kiss Me Deadly." Stephen Schneer knows the thing.
Stephen Schneer knows a lot about music, so
yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Amanda. Welcome to the show. We got PB Thel rocking and rolling, teaching us about Misfits. And then who else did I mention? Cramps. Let's do the Cramps. Which Cramps album? I don't have them either. Who should I get if I get a Cramps album?
Well, there's a comp. So
sometimes that's the way to go, isn't it? Right? You figure out what you like, and then you can pick a period that you enjoy, you prefer, perhaps.
So like there's best of, like the best of Mountain. To me, the best of Mountain is all I you could really need for something like that. Or like the best of the Guess Who is like, okay, you're pretty much good there.
Mountain's one of those bands that it never clicked with me. I've tried.
In your Virginia Mountain roots don't call to you in that. That's the problem.
Yeah, I like that Cramps album. That's my favorite.
Hold that up again. We did make you big, Pete.
That's probably my favorite Cramps album.
Let's take a look. They are known, of course, Randy, Route 66. He loves this. Well,
they're like psychobilly, rockabilly, psychobilly, punk.
Yeah. Who's the best rockabilly band? You guys have? I got Messer Chumps. I was talking to people.
I have them.
Picked up a bunch, and I've got like 3 or 4 of their. I picked them up as I like the sensibility of it all, and I do like
Carl Perkins.
Carl Perkins. I like that, fast play going. That's when we were listening to what is it, Sonic Boom Boom Boy from Westworld. That David Donnelly's playing with. They play that really fast moving. Do you know that one, Sonic Boom Boom Boy, BB Doll?
I'm a rockabilly neophyte, so I'm not.
Okay.
I do not know much at all.
Yeah, that's what they are. Really, I mean, the guitar playing really is a standout in it, and catchy as heck. I like it quite a bit.
By the way, Jason Rojas, if you want to say that I don't know much about rockabilly, I'm perfectly fine with that. So if you want to make a statement that I don't know jack shit about rockabilly, I would be okay with that. So.
What's your horse?
I'm just green lighting some Jason Rojas titles for the future.
I like better you do it than I do it.
Fire him up. We love Jason around here. PB Thal, do you see a chance, a redemption arc between you and Jason, where you guys become pals and hang around?
Not a chance in hell. I've seen.
Wow.
I've spent time with them, and I've tried.
So have I. I've
tried, man. I was so nice to him, but
at some point, life's too short to surround yourself with people who don't like you, and obviously he doesn't like me. I'm not a fan
hold on.
of his.
Do you think this? Do you believe that, or is it just shtick? Is he just being entertaining? I can't believe that he'd hate anyone.
He puts a lot of energy into something that's just shtick. I mean, that's he.
It just seems so pleasant to me.
It's funny. Like, I don't know where it went wrong, because, like I said, I was going through some old videos. I was like, going, wow. He was like on a panel with me a couple of times, where, I invited him and we were talking, and, so I just don't know where it all went south, but, so obviously
I think Patrick and I have a same trail of people that kind of turned on us.
Okay, really?
Maybe I mean, it might have been the whole auction thing turned him south.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Auction and getting promos.
Yeah. So
okay. Now, what could be? Is it because should we get Jay? Should we try and get him some promos?
No. Do you think jealousy has something to do with it? Maybe.
Well, I want to help him get him some promos in his hand. If that's
it's not for us to do. You do the work.
Jason, we're going to work on getting you some free records, my son.
No, any of us. You do the work. You build an audience.
Yes.
You react to things. Labels watch this shit.
So one thing. So if I was when I watched this thing on Wednesday, there might be something in it that where someone says that people are looking for fame or something like that. I believe that was a statement made by somebody.
Well, that's YouTube in general, don't you think?
No. But the person we're talking about made a statement about that people were looking for fame, and I don't think anybody on YouTube that I know of is more looking for fame than Jason Rojas. So, I mean, I already have my own level of quote unquote internet fame. Mazzy has his level of quote unquote internet fame.
How do you guys handle it, BB Tall, when guys like Eddie Perez say you and Mazzy are 100% jealous of Jason? That's how I read that.
The thing is, I know Eddie, and I know what he really believes. I think. I don't think it's that.
I've met Eddie. And
this is really interesting. Rojas just doesn't like you guys, babe.
And that's okay. And that's okay. You know, I'm not particularly fond of him either. So
exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But I don't make people burning an effigy, videos. I don't put people on a burning couch.
I will give Jason props when that whole breakup happened between me and the guy in Dusseldorf.
We love him.
Jason reached out to me and said, "Hey, no." Jason reached out to me and said, "I'm going to Den Bosch. I'd like to have you two like make up. And what happened? You want me to? I'll talk to Michael for you." I said, "You don't have to talk to Michael for me, but to be honest with you, I just said, ask him. I have no idea." That's when that whole "you know what you did, Mazzy" thing. I didn't know it. Was it the MoFi thing? Was it the Chad Kassem coming on who bitched on me, not me on him? All that stuff. I have no idea. Still, I mean, that's the only thing that I've heard.
I will say that Jason does know a lot about music. I would never say that he doesn't. So
he knows a lot about rare records too, and I give him that. He knows different stuff than I know, believe me. And I never said anything that, oh, Jason doesn't know anything about records. Never. And he does. He just knows about different things than I know.
Well, it's just all silly.
He obviously doesn't know that his vinyl record playing actually ends up as a digital rip in YouTube. But that's what one thing he doesn't know.
Well, that's just the reality of the fact.
And he probably shows that fucking Michael Fremer comedy record more than I mentioned San Francisco.
Yeah, I would say that's a little tedious, but
that joke is old now.
So here's the deal. Like, why does anybody take any of this seriously anyway? You just go out there, you share, you talk about
we
music.
don't though.
Yeah, fine. And it should be for fun. It's just a hobby. So I don't know where, why Stunty would be all upset, or, they take it too seriously, or 45, or, Kassem, or whoever the hell it may be. I just think they take it too much.
I will say I could not rattle off the entire Angelo Kelly family catalog discography.
Well, there's a lot of records there.
I don't know. I've
hung out with Mazzy multiple times. I've hung out with Rob multiple times. And I can tell you, well, in the case of Mazzy, that I've never talked about anybody when we were hanging out, we never talked about any of this stuff.
No, we don't. No.
It's like, now Rob talks a little bit about it, so I will say that Rob will talk about it, but Mazzy does not.
I don't bother. When I leave these streams, I rarely, unless it comes up or something happens, it's not important to me. It doesn't matter. When I make my videos, I don't bring up other people in any kind of negative way. I do.
Man, you are so right. That's my whole attitude to it. I don't take any of it seriously.
Well, some people do intend to make it personal.
Well,
you know what you did.
Exactly.
But that's on them. St. Rojas official, I love this. Could a peace summit heal our fractured community? I love this comment. I've done the peace summit with great success. It went swimmingly. Absolutely beautiful thing.
Your peace summits have like gone up in flames spectacularly.
Whoa! What are you talking about here? I think it went extremely well, and I think Hearts
Which one of your peace summits you think?
Obviously, William, my friend William from Nebraska.
Oh yeah, he's around. Yeah, I see. Hey William, how are you?
And I want to thank Jason Ross, who came by my show today. And I don't care if these youngsters need to promote their struggling shows. I'm all for it. Let's help these kids out. They're trying to become successful too.
So you're saying that Jason coming over here trying to poach your users is a peace summit?
Wait.
Well, yeah, it's like you said, we're engaging, we're kind of rubbing shoulders virtually. Norman, yes?
I have a response. Eddie, were you in the room during that peace summit at the at our Airbnb? Were you there? I can't remember, because all I remember is myself, Jason, Rob, and one other person at the long table. I was across from Jason. Rob was next to me, and there was someone else at the table. You might have been in the room, but I don't remember who was right there. So
I was present. This should be a shirt. I was present at the Austin death stare.
We tried.
A legendary moment. That is funny stuff. That is funny stuff. I would love that, like a T-shirt of that thing, and have just the eyes showing, kind of like cats or whatever, that does their eyes. Kind of crazy.
I was at a table with Eddie, Jason Rojas, Nathaniel Mars, Chance concert buddy, Harry. There's a couple more people, but yeah, there was Jose Marino, Ron. I had all the biggies.
Holy shit! What the fuck? Were you at the remedial table? What happened there? Why
I was at the remedial table
to get yourself placed at the little kiddie card table? Meanwhile, Massey's with the adults at the headliners.
No, this was just different years. I was the year before. Massey was the year after.
Okay, Rach, I'm on call for work today, so Dagon is streaming at 10 o'clock. Can you give him a shout? We sure can. John, Dagon, our good friend John over in Vancouver, his lovely Luann, his lovely, lovely wife. So John's going at 10 o'clock this morning, so everybody head over and support.
I didn't realize John was quite the musician.
Support Dagon. He's a good guitar player.
He is.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, was that the year? This is interesting. The PB Thel was inappropriate. Okay, how the hell did he know she was 13? Okay.
Well, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, he didn't know that. She looked way older. Good way they put the makeup on. You don't know.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I was there the day the strength of men failed. Wow.
Thank you, L. Ron Oakenshield. Yes, there you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's our good friend Dagon. You can head over there and support him. He's a good lad and very nice guy, very down to earth guy. So, John, we love you. Have fun with your show there at that time.
I just want to tell everyone again. I'm going to see probably the best movie of the last half century today.
Okay, here it is.
The second Wicked? The second Wicked?
No, that's been getting terrible reviews. But it is a sequel. It's Sisu 2.
Sisu, the Finnish.
It's more killing Nazis and Russians post-World War II.
Post-World War II.
Finnish director.
Great
this time Stephen Lang is the villain. Stephen Lang, Stephen Lang, that actor. Great villain.
I think I'll go watch Wicked instead.
I just love revenge kick-ass movies. One Finnish guy hardly speaks in these movies. Watch Sisu. I think it's on Paramount or HBO, one of those. If you like a revenge movie, if you don't like bombs exploding Nazis, and who doesn't like anything exploding Nazis? Great movie.
I totally am for exploding Nazis. There aren't any left.
Anytime you could throw a landmine in the air and it explodes a Nazi in the air, you got a winner in cinema.
You got a winner. Explode Nazis. What do you think about
but doesn't it kind of, having the fact that it's not buried underground, lessen the impact of the landmine? Because
not when you see the movie.
Okay, a full disclosure, Girl Brain, I went and read the Wicked, the novel. I read the book.
Don't tell me the end, because I don't know how it ends, so don't tell me.
You don't know any? Are you going to watch
No, I have not. I'm going to go watch the
Wait,
second.
I saw it on Broadway, so I saw the play. But
oh my God!
And the play was excellent. But it seems like it shouldn't have been two movies. They should have made it into one movie. It seems too long, too drawn out.
Mazzy, if you were to get a gift for the boy that has everything, I'm speaking of PB Thal, what would you get PB Thal musically that you think, this will turn the boys cranky?
That's a good question. That would be a hard one.
It's hard for me to think of.
It wouldn't be a record per se. It'd be music related. I mean, I don't know if PB Thal reads books, but it might be a digest or
he's got to have a lot of pictures.
It might be like a resource book about music or vinyl or something. Maybe I don't know.
I could actually read again. I mean, I stopped reading when I started, having to read computer manuals and all that kind of shit. I just kind of stopped reading. So now that I don't have to do that shit, I could probably start. But I read fantasy and science fiction books. Those are
I would get you a terabyte device completely filled with Heinze and Schlager music.
I actually picked up a hint. I bought a Hint album. It was
like
for a quarter. I couldn't resist. But
you gotta have it.
But if you wanted to get me something, you could get me like the complete works of Piers Anthony. Like he's one of my favorites.
I will get you an annotated version of the Foundation trilogy.
Robert Heinlein.
Yeah. I used to read a lot of science fiction too. So
Mazzy, you have admitted to having sorrow over the loss of some of the greatest musical voices of our time. You've lived such a long storied career in the world of music.
There is no Nimbus Zeppelin, so sorry.
Brian Hyland, Mazzy. Brian Hyland, when the late great Brian Hyland went.
The Joker Goes Wild. It's
sorrow.
We're in the Highlands.
Brian Hyland. He was so good. Did you have any Brian Hyland digitally ripped?
What's the big hit he had before the Joker went wild?
Brian Hyland.
The closest thing I have is Casino Royale. That's about it. So.
It's a beautiful love song. He was known for his At the Sugar Shack. Sugar Shack. I love Sugar Shack.
I think we're talking about three different things. I think there's three different conversations going on here, and none of them are intersecting. So.
Absolutely right. That's the beauty of the magic. Heinche sings black metal. That would be interesting. You know, he's over there in the kind of, in Holland, near the fjords where the Norse people live up north there. And so
Holland doesn't have any fjords, do they? Does it?
What?
There's no fjords in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, there's fjords. I'm sure they've got to have one or two. There's a lot of
they're on loan from Norway. Is that what they are?
There's a lot of water up there, right? In this Belgian place.
It's not Belgium, it's the Netherlands.
Oh, it's about Beetle Bay. People like what they like, I suppose. You couldn't pay me to watch Wicked, but I'm into weird shit. Nobody else likes, so I get it.
I did watch I started watching the first Wicked it's streaming now.
Yeah.
And I got through about an hour and 15 minutes of it. And after a while, it was so drawn out. And I saw the play. The play was excellent, but I just thought the movie was so drawn out, and I didn't like it. So I'm not going to go see the next one.
PB Thal, did you discern, as I did when watching Cats, that the funny Mr. Mistopheles may have in fact been gay?
Never seen Cats.
Cats is an incredible thing. I'm
aware of Cats, but I just haven't watched it. I'm aware of it.
Memories of a dream and a cat sings.
Isn't that where they cast James Corden, whatever his name is?
Yes.
No, the late night host, and everyone got all mad
him.
about it.
Yeah, he was horrible. James Corden.
Yeah.
Now, see, the Miraculous Fall, the Critical Drinker just did a special on him. It was horrible. This guy, he had the world by the short hairs. He was with hairs. He's with Paul McCartney doing Carry On Karaoke, driving along.
That was a good episode.
Everybody loved it. We're tears in our eyes. We love it. But then he turned evil.
What happened?
He became a colossal asshole. And
what happened to him? What happened?
Well, he got egotistical. He got into a fight with Patrick Stewart, from Star Trek, that guy. Like, oh, Cray, cold stud. Oh, Cray. That guy, the bald captain, Star Trek. He got beat up by a girl in a Jeffrey tube. I never respected the man after that moment, full disclosure. But anyway, so Corden rose mightily, but then he was discerned to be an asshole, and then nobody loves him anymore. That's what happened.
You lost me about 2 minutes ago.
Well, I'm just trying to teach you. Plenty of sardine eaters and cats, Rach. Okay, I agree with that.
It's amazing how things just interweave and just seamlessly make a turn. It's like now we're gonna go into sardines. I can feel it.
No business like show. How's everyone doing on this fine Sunday morning? Pivotal, check in with you.
Any big games?
Big games for you, Pivotal? You're a Texas Longhorn, aren't you?
Well, Longhorns and Cowboys. So yeah.
What about A&M, my boys?
Well, Texas is going to beat the crap out of A&M next week. So,
you think so? Okay.
Well, I hope so.
You want to put some green down on that?
Do I get the point spread?
No, not at all.
Well, why not?
Because you're a native-born Texan. I'm up here in the wilds of Canada. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just hope the hell that A&M is going to do what I need to do.
But you're comfortable not knowing what you're talking about.
I am very comfortable. And I've made a career of it, baby.
Yes, you have.
As
Yes,
you know.
you've reached a level of internet fame.
Yes, I've reached it. I'm there.
So,
Okay.
well, welcome to the club, Rachel. How does it feel to be internet famous?
I am. It's been a while. I mean, I've been famous for a while.
Do you have an article in Wikipedia?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm on Wikipedia. I'm in Wikipedia. You can find me on Wikipedia. I'm in there. But not unrelated to vinyl community stuff. I did, I've had a career. But anyway, it's been fun. And it gets more fun all the time. I still enjoy it. Patrick, for context, I unasked for, I know. Rachel out herself as a sardine scoffer on the level of a top cat earlier on. Sardine scoff them down. Not
I thought you were saying that you were
disavowing sardines. No,
yes.
I do not disavow. I consume them.
I don't.
Today being off. Mousy, favorite girl group of all time? Favorite girl group of all time?
Ronettes.
The Ronettes.
I would probably choose a girl group that's more self-contained, like the Go-Go's or the Slits, the Bangles. That I like when they write and play rather than. I mean, Ronettes are great, but it's all Phil Spector.
Well, if it was an all-girl band, my favorite would definitely probably be the Bangles. I mean, musically, from musically and song-wise, I think they have the greatest girl group catalog.
I think you're right. I go back and forth. The Bangles and the Go-Go just seem to kind of I pair them together just because.
Let's not forget. I mean, God dang it, girl group 60. I love the Supremes. I love Ed Sullivan. The Supremes.
Yeah.
They were another one of those. They didn't write their own songs.
They didn't write and play. No, all those soul groups, all those Motown groups are. Right? All the Motown groups are great. It's a different thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there are girl groups, but we're talking about playing and writing.
Okay. What about the
Pharrells?
What about the Slits?
I said the Slits. Yeah, the Slits. But they didn't have much of a career.
Yeah, I mean, on a grand scheme of things, like I said, the Bangles whole totality of their work. I mean, I would listen to more Bangles songs than more Go-Go songs or Slit songs.
Do you know who I like and I don't like all at the same time is Mona Lisa twins. The Mona Lisa twins. I kind of like them, but I kind of
they do good covers. That's their whole thing.
I think it's the vocals. Their vocals aren't my favorite, but they can play nice music and they're fun. So I kind of like them.
Well, there's a couple of girls, and I think they're from Norway, called First Aid Kit, and they're two sisters, and I guess they qualify as a girl group. I would assume. So they're very good. And then there's a metal band called Heavy Tiger that was pretty good. But I think they were one and done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, then you've got L7, you've got
L7's great. They're great.
And
There's a good documentary on L7.
Rock Goddess. You've got Girl School.
I like
another one. Yeah. The Shags. I knew somebody's going to bring up the Shags.
The Pointer Sisters.
But Dixie Chicks are good. I mean,
yeah,
no problem with the Dixie Chicks.
I mean.
And then there's, groups where you have guys and girls mixed, but the girls are doing the heavy lifting, like ABBA for sure.
Heart.
Heart, yeah. Nancy Wilson, Ann and Nancy. Heart was great, actually. I quite enjoyed them.
The Shags.
The Shags. What is it? My Pal Foot? What a hit!
Yes.
What a hit! My Pal Foot. Mazzy, do you have any outsider music in your collection? Outsider music.
These are outsiders.
Well, no, people like that, or not the San Francisco Outsiders,
not the San Jose group, the Outsiders.
San Francisco.
Time Won't Let Me. No.
Yeah, Time Won't Let Me. Whoa.
Outside. Yeah, of course. I can't think of what do you consider an outsider? Yeah, I do have a bunch of.
Oh, Matt Rial, the Runaways. Yes, the Runaways.
Where the hell's Matt Rial been? Holy shit, yeah. Matt Rial, legend. Absolutely.
Good call there. Well, the Corrs have a brother in there, so it's not just.
There's like two guys in the Corrs.
I like the Corrs. The Corrs had just one guy at one time.
One brother, yeah.
Oh, is it one?
They had the one guy, and then the three sisters. They're all hot. And
what about the Enyas?
Angela, Andrea
Corrs.
What a hottie that one is. She's just so dewy. She's the Julie Newmar of the Corrs.
The drummer and the fiddle player are both very attractive.
The Ace of Cups.
Ace of Cups. They're from the. I have that record.
San Francisco. I have that. I didn't love them, but they backed up. They were on a lot of.
It's a good story though. So.
Yeah, and they were on a lot of records doing backup vocals they were all with the Dead and all the San Francisco bands at the time.
I purchased that album when
they're on the last.
You were involved with a lot of bands. You did. You were a guitar tech with some of the biggest names in the business, the Beatles, the Stones.
Yeah.
Did you ever steal a guitar?
I can't play guitar, so no.
Were you ever tempted, like, I'm going to steal this and put it in my own collection?
No, because it'd be pretty hard to steal a Gibson SG.
Like,
they're kind of big,
up there, and you go, I'm taking.
Okay, we got a good one here. The Breeders. It's not all women, but it's
the drummer. The drummer's a guy.
I like Elastica.
The Breeders are
great from England. Elastica.
The Breeders, the Amps,
Veruca Salt, there's
4AD offshoot thing. What's the other band? The Amps, the Breeders, and the other one. What's the other third offshoot?
Josie the Pussycat.
Oh, they came from the Pixies, right? Never mind.
Yeah, that's Kim Deal. Kim Deal
and her sister.
Her with Black Francis, Kim Deal, because she was so talented, and Francis got a little envious. I think a little envious. Egos at play, right? And but Deal ended up doing very well for herself. And
she's one of those girls that was like really attractive, didn't have to do anything. I just found her always to be very attractive looking.
She is very attractive. She's biologically accommodating, is what we call it, PB Tall. And I just love it.
Biologically accommodating? What the fuck does that mean?
Wow.
Sue, how do you live with this, Sue? How do you do that?
That should be your
slapping the shit out of her 4 or 5 times a day.
Channel name.
Yeah, there's a woman in New Order. That's my, and one of my favorite girl groups of all time, and Bibithal's going to agree with me, Boy George. That's
really over biologically accommodating. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
You never will.
Absolutely.
Nobody was going to say anything. It's like you were just going to get away with it. It's like how does this? It's like all day you probably do this shit.
Yes, absolutely. Molly Tuttle.
That's the one.
Molly Tuttle has an all-girl.
Elliot Cruz's favorite band.
Yeah, but they're not a band. It's her and the musicians.
Yes,
I mean they are a band.
Well, I mean Pistolantes. That's and the High Women. That's another all-girl group. The High Women and the Pistolantes. So
yeah,
Pistolantes is Miranda Lambert and what's that girl's name? Angelina Presley.
Well, that's basically a couple of gay guys and 2 women.
Yeah. But good band. I love the beef. I like Planet Claire because it's that.
Mazzy Star is only one is Hope Sandoval. The rest are
Tin Roof Rusted. I mean, you gotta love that, right?
I like the song "Give Me Back My Man." I think that song is underrated from the B-52s.
Nobody's going to mention
Slater Kenny. Yep, Slater Kenny, of course.
Slater Kenny. Well, of course, then we got our solo gals that have done everything.
Well, there's a ton of PJ Hart. There's a ton.
Yeah, PJ's.
Well, yeah, we can't just morph into like solo. We're talking about girl groups. You can't just morph into like fucking.
Okay, but I feel remiss.
A girl group with a female lead, is that still
but that's so many. Blondie, and there's so many about that.
Yeah, Blondie. Holy,
I mean, that's not really a girl band.
Blondie, what a thing. Those guys owe everything to Debbie Harry. That band would never have gotten anywhere without Debbie.
Dominique, but that's not a band. That's just a singing nun.
Yeah. Don't forget, that's Dominique. She turned out to be.
I found that album.
Lady.
I found a pristine copy of that album for $1 recently.
For the Singing Nun?
I picked it up.
Does anybody know the lyrics to Dominique? All I know is Dominique. Pretty much it. That's pretty much all I know. I mean, what's the lyrics?
If you're living here in France and you want to get some pants and we're going.
Right. I leave Rachel. I'm going to the movies later, so I need to eat something.
Okay, buddy.
Nice. The landmine in the Nazis. So
okay, that's 2:33. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a movie. We're going to be free to talk about it. Apparently, come Wednesday. It's all in the director's hand. This avatar below me, the OJCs, is the director. It's going to be.
It's Wednesday somewhere right now. It's always Wednesday somewhere.
It's freaking good, man. And I'm not saying it because I'm in it. It's just what he did.
You can't make a quality comment like that.
I can't make a no quality. No comment.
Because then you're going to invite me to make my own comments. And
okay, no, you're right. Good point. You caught me on that. I acknowledge it. It's done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back on Tuesday at 4:00 Pacific.
I'll be on the airplane. I'll be flying away. So there you go.
Where are you going to fly?
I'm going to Colorado.
Colorado. Wow. Now, my sister's out in Colorado. She's in Aspen. So if you're in Aspen, look her up. Go out.
I'll be in the Denver area. Hopefully, I'll be meeting up with Tim, the University of Vinyl, and
good man.
Go hang out a bit. And, so yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Give us don't even bother with thumbs up. Go watch Dagon 10:00 this morning.
Go watch Dagon. Go watch Dagon and make sure to support all the non-digital vinyl rips you can. Yes. There you go.
Wherever they may be found. Take